Oh, what's going on, guys? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. All right, Philly Freak Nation, what is good? With a capital P and a capital H, of course. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. It is time for Philadelphia Phillies baseball. Let's go. Phillies are 31-13 on the season. And, well, they're 3 games above the Atlanta Braves in the NL East and currently 11 games above the New York Mets. That's who they're playing tonight as they wrap up a 4-game set. Taijuan Walker is out there on the mound. Phillies are in their powder blue uniforms. It is powder blue Thursday. So, Walker is out there on the bump, and he's going to be pitching against his former ball club, the New York Mets. Walker this season is 3-0. He has a 1.34 whip, 18 2/3 of an inning under his belt, and 15 strikeouts, and just 21 hits allowed. Well, 21 hits, it's a little bit high, but 21 hits in 18 innings of work, and he's been overall doing what he's really just doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing a really good job eating up innings for the Phillies. A really good ground ball pitcher, and so it should be a very, very good outing for him tonight. He's going to be he's going to be facing a Mets team that has really struggled in this series so far, and he'll have to face Tyrone Taylor batting in the leadoff spot. All right, so we are just getting underway right now. Taylor's going to step in the box. We'll get you the lineups and everything in just a few moments. The first pitch, it looked a little bit low, but it's a called strike to Tyrone Taylor. Taylor this season batting .272. He has 2 homers and 13 RBI. The pitch, ground ball, diving stop by Harper. Throws over to first. Harper and Walker covers the bag, and there's the first out recorded. Morales called him out, and there's one away. So a really good play right there by Bryce Harper and, of course, Taijuan Walker. The lineup for the Mets, it's Tyrone Taylor, and it's Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, J.D. Martinez, DJ Stewart, Starling Marte, Brett Beatty, Jeff McNeil, and Omar Narvaez. Alonso is coming up to bat as the Mets are in their gray uniforms with the blue letters on the front and the back, and the first pitch is a 4-seamer at 92 in there for strike 1. Just 3 pitches so far for Taijuan Walker. It's 67 degrees at Citizens Bank Park. The 0-1 fly ball hit out to deep left field, and that thing got out in a hurry. It's long gone out to left center. So Walker allows a solo shot to Pete Alonso. That's his first homer of the series, and the Mets lead it 1-0, his 10th homer of the season. Just gave up a hanging pitch. It was a sinker. The count is, it's a 1-0 Mets lead. Don't want to give up a home run in the first inning, and that's his 5th homer that he has allowed this season so far. 1-0 New York, and up to bat is Francisco Lindor, who is still looking for his first hit of the series, and he takes that pitch way outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, a cutter on the outside edge of the plate for strike 1. The count is 1-1. Phillies were able to win last night, 10-5. The 1-1 on the way. That's way outside for ball 2. All right. What's going on, and Janice? What is up, David? What's up, Adam? What's good, guys? What's up, Mike? The 2-1 popped up, hit out over towards the third base side on the infield grass, and Bohm gets way under it, and he'll catch it for out number 2. All right, so Alonso homered. Tyrone Taylor, right before that at-bat, he grounded out over to first. And due up is J.D. Martinez, hitting .295 this season. Has a .459 slugging percentage as well. The pitch. That's a cutter that misses low and away. Yes, sir. DFJ is here. What's going on? What's good, DFJ? How you doing? All right, 1 ball, no strikes. Crew chief for tonight's game wanted to make sure that we talked about that too. So behind the plate calling the balls and the strikes, it's Chris Guccione. The 1-0 is fouled back, and we'll do it again. At first base, it is Gabe Morales. Then you got Ryan Addison over at second base. And at third, it's Brian Knight. Pretty cloudy at the bank. The 1-1, and that's just high for ball 2. So 2 outs in the top of the first. Alonso hit a solo homer. He was the second guy to bat in this inning. And that's his 10th. He was able to launch his 10th homer of the season. The 2-1 on the way. Looked a little bit outside, but it's a called strike. And Martinez having a conversation with Chris Guccione, trying to argue and debate balls over strikes. Usually the batter does not win that battle. The line for today for the Phillies, the money line, they're at -145. The 2-2 delivery. Cutter that just misses low for ball 3. The over-under on FanDuel is at 9.5 runs. On ESPN Bet, it is at 8.5. The pitch. Fly ball hit out to deep left field. Marsh tracks it down at the track and makes the catch just in front of the Yingling Lager up sign. Martinez just missed a homer. And we go to the bottom of the first. Alonso strikes first in the top of the first for the Mets. And it's a solo jack to make it 1-0 New York. Phillies coming up to bat when we return. We'll be right back in just a few moments. All right, here we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's pretty cloudy at Citizens Bank Park. The clouds are getting a little bit dark. Didn't see any sort of rain in the forecast as of now. Kyle Schwarber will be leading things off for the Phillies as he steps into the batter's box right now. And on the mound, it'll be Jose Quintana, who takes the rubber today for the New York Mets. Of course, the Phillies in their powder blue uniforms. Quintana gets set just at the belt, takes a very quick breath. Narvaez behind the plate gives him the signs, and the pitch is on the outside corner for strike 1. Jose this season has pitched in 8 games, does have a 1-4 record, and a 5.44 earned run average. The 0-1 delivery, and Kyle Schwarber checked his swing, but there was no appeal. He did go around, and the 225 hitter is down in the count at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Phillies down 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Alonso hit a solo homer off of Taijuan Walker. That was his 4th homer allowed this season. The 0-2 on the way. Taken low and outside. A slurve at 78 for ball one. Gonna see a lot of off-speed pitches thrown by Jose Quintana. Phillies just have to be very patient at the plate. Quintana kicks, fires the 1-2, and that misses wide for ball two. Starting line for the Phillies, it's Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper, Alec Bohm, Nick Castellanos, Whit Merrifield, Brandon Marsh, Edmundo Sosa, and Christian Pache. 2-2 pitch, and that's wide for ball three, so what was an 0-2 count is now a full count to Kyle Schwarber. Looking to try to get on base here and get on with a leadoff walk. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Quintana takes a breath, winds up, and the payoff pitch popped up and hooking foul just behind the plate. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Jason, what's up, Jason? How we doing? My Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H, man. What is up? Flip Jack says, I don't trust Walker. All right. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Line drive back up the middle. Played on the bounce, though, by Lindor as he fields it and throws it over to first. It's in time. They shifted Schwarber perfectly up the middle. And Schwarber hit it on the nose, but just right at Francisco Lindor. He was playing over towards the second base side, not at shortstop. That was a screamer. It just got underneath of Quintana's glove. That's how fast it was hit off the bat. One away, and Realmuto comes up to bat for the Fightins. Returned in yesterday's lineup, and the pitch. Ground ball back up the middle, sliding stop by Lindor. Throw over to first in time. Well, 2 bang-bang plays by Francisco Lindor. It was played on a wicked bounce, and he just had to spin, turn, gather himself, and make a nice throw as he was turning over to first. Yesterday he struggled defensively, but today so far, so good. Back-to-back ground ball outs over to shortstop, and Bryce Harper comes up to bat. So the Phillies have been hitting the ball really sharply versus Jose Quintana. Just not have resulted in hits. The pitch to Harper. Fly ball. Hit out to deep right field. He got way under it, though. Marte drifts over towards the right field line, and he'll make the catch just by the track. And Harper not happy with himself. He knew that he got way under it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jose Quintana. And we go to the top of the second. 1-0 Mets. He knew he got under it. He got a fastball, and he popped it up. The thing went a mile high. That was a quick inning considering that the Phillies hit the ball really sharply, just right at guys. And Harper just missed a homer. So, that was a quick inning. All right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. That way you will know when we go live, all right? We are on for a lot of Phillies games. We also do Sixers basketball. We do Eagles football as well. And we produce a lot of content, or we are producing more content. We're putting out videos as well. So make sure that you guys go check those things out, too. I know that the algorithm is not going to reward those types of things, but we've been really grinding on here. What's going on, Neil? What is up, Mike? Just missed hitting that to Alabama. Oh, he just missed hitting that to Alabama. Yeah, he did. Just missed it. You mean Las Vegas, because that's where he's from. All right, so Lindor, I want to make sure I got this correct. He popped out over to third. And J.D. Martinez flied out to left. To be fair, though, he just missed a home run, too. Did we cut Walker yet? No. That was funny. What's up, Larry? What's going on, man? I want to thank you all so much for being here. And for supporting the channel. Let's get to 2,330 subscribers. Let's do it. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. And for those of you that are tuning in on Facebook or on Twitch or Twitter, give us a follow on there. We We know that some of you guys aren't able to tune in on YouTube, but if you can, come on over to the YouTube side of things, type in play-by-play with JJ, and you should be able to come on and tune in, and I'll read your comments down below. Walker out there for a second inning of work. He'll have to face 5, 6, and 7 in the Mets order. DJ Stewart up first. The pitch by Walker misses inside. And it's a 1-0 count. Again, the Phillies are in their powder blue uniforms. Mets are in their gray tops, gray bottoms with the blue letters on both the front and the back, and the numbers as well. The 1-0, and that was a cutter that was on the upper third of the strike zone in there for a strike. I want to donate $20. JJ, can I borrow $20? Sure. The check's in the mail, Larry. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. It's popped up, hit out towards shallow center field. Pache says that he has it as he jogs in towards home plate, and he'll catch it for the first out of the inning. And now up to bat is Starling Marte. He has raised his average up to 255, but it still is pretty low for him. This guy, as a career hitter, he's actually hitting 286 in his career, and he's playing in now what is his 12th season in the big leagues. The pitch on the way, and that's a fastball taken down Broad Street for a called strike. To Starling Marte. Walker out there on the bump. The 0-1, that's lined foul towards the left field side. This year, Marte has 40 hits and 157 at-bats. Does also have 6 doubles and only 38 strikeouts. He's not really a guy that strikes out a lot. He's only had 1,150 strikeouts in 5,280 career at-bats. The 0-2, and that's misses in the dirt for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Pache has to move over towards his right side. He fields it and throws it over to second, but Marte gets on with a 1-out single out to center field. And that's the second hit allowed today by Taijuan Walker. Sort of like the same pitch that was thrown to Pete Alonso. It was a sinker that was just left out over the middle of the plate, it looked like. And Marte can knock those. Brett Beatty is going to come on up to bat for the first time tonight. It's over at third base. The pitch on the way to Beatty is way inside to make the count 1-0. Again, we said it before, but we'll say it again. It is 62 degrees at the bank. Beatty did not get the start last night because Ranger Suarez, a lefty, Mendoza didn't want to have to go to him. The 1-0 pitch, and it's taken up high, but the throw over the second is not in time. And Starling Marte just able to swipe another bag. So he's now in scoring position. He got a good jump there. JT tried to make a good throw, but even a good throw wasn't going to get him. And Sosa tried to apply the tag, but his hand just got in there safely. All right, the 2-0 pitch. There's a fly ball drifting out towards the right field foul line, and that's going to go out of play once again. They're showing a review of the throw, and the tag definitely was not in time whatsoever. Lindor had 2 stolen bases last night. Marte had a stolen base a couple of nights ago. The pitch, and that's popped up, hooking foul once again, this time over towards the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the second. Beatty is up to bat. And Marte is over at second base. Walker looks over to third, and the 2-2 pitch, and that splitter was really a curveball that was taken in the dirt for ball 3. Did our chat stop working? Text in the chat. Text in the chat. Okay, maybe not. Maybe our chat didn't stop working. I got a little bit concerned there because I was having problems today with our live chat. 1-0 Mets in the top of the second inning. Phillies lead the series 3-0, though. Going back to Monday night, the 3-2 pitch. Line drive down the first base line's a fair ball past the diving stop of Harper. It goes all the way towards the corner. Marte's going to score. Castellanos gets over to it. And jogging over to second base is Beatty with an RBI double as he stands up and is able to make it a 2-0 ball game. So Beatty comes through. That's now the third hit allowed by Taijuan Walker. We said before that he gives up a lot of hits, and this year, 21 hits allowed in 18 2/3 of an inning. And Harper, well, he could have had it, but when you're reacting in the moment, it's not so easy. Went over to his left side. The pitch, and that's taken for a strike by Jeff McNeil. 28 pitches for Taijuan Walker. He's not even through the second inning just yet. Beatty in scoring position. Leads off over at second. Walker tries to keep him in check. And the throw over to home plate is up high for a ball. Only 6 games going on today. One of them actually just happened. One of them, of course, is going on right now. And that is, of course, the Phillies game. The 1-1 to McNeil, and that's inside for ball 2. Saw that Beatty got out of the picture for just a quick second, and I thought maybe he was going to swipe third. 30 total pitches for Walker. 18 of them have been for strikes. The pitch, inside and low for ball 3. Do we have a pulse? Yeah, is everybody alive here? 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch down low for ball 4. Not a good inning so far by Taijuan Walker. And Caleb Cotham is going to go out there to talk to him as McNeil gets aboard with a 1-out walk. Staying put at second is Beatty. He got on with the RBI double. Phillies last night, they won 10-5. Ranger Suarez, who's now 8-0, was able to go 5 innings. He surrendered only 4 hits. Walker has already given up 3 hits. No earned runs, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He did allow the run in the first inning, but it was not an earned run. And Joey Lucchesi, who made his return last night, got charged with the loss. Pitched just 4 1/3 of an inning. He was cruising along, and then the Phillies were able to just get a hold of him in that 5th inning and get him into some trouble. It would score all 4 of their 5 runs that he did allow in that 5th inning. Narvaez comes up to the plate as Cotham is back out in the dugout. And the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. That way you'll know when I go live. The 0-1 pitch, grounder, hit over to second base, the flip over to shortstop, there's 1. The throw to first in time, a 4-6-3 double play. Taijuan Walker got his best friend to come through there, and that was a double play ball. 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Phillies are coming back up to bat, but the Mets are able to score another run on the RBI double by Brett Beatty. I got to learn how to slow down a little bit. When I'm talking sometimes. Looking for 32 and 13. Let's go. Let's go! 32 and 13. Come on. Yes, sir. Larry says, will do. I think you guys might need me based on how this is going so far. Absolutely, man. We could always use your help. You know what I mean? We could always use your help. For sure. Are we live on the right one? Yeah, we are. Okay, good. Because on Google Chrome, it said that 11 people were waiting. And I'm like, whoa. Are we not live yet? Gosh. Huh. All right. We got 91 people tuning in, 41 likes. Make sure as you come on in and take your shoes off that you hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Phillies are getting no hit. Well, it's literally only been an inning, so I wouldn't call it no hit. I mean, technically, yes, you're right, but usually when you say somebody's getting no hit, that usually means like it's now deep into the game, and they just haven't been able to come up with a hit. 2-0 Mets, thanks to a solo homer by Pete Alonso in the top of the first, off of Taijuan Walker, who also allowed an RBI double to Brett Beatty in the top of the second. So it'll be Bohm, Castellanos, and Merrifield who come on up to bat. Mets have 3 hits in 2 innings. Walker did, to his credit, he did get out of the inning with a 4-6-3 double play. Hit by Omar Narvaez. Here's Al Bohm. He's batting .231 this season, or sorry, .331. There's a big difference there. We're in the bottom of the second. The pitch to Bohm, and that's chopped foul. It was a curveball. It's thrown a little bit low. Quintana with 10 pitches so far. He had 9 in the first. We're in the bottom of the second. The ball is 1 strike. Quintana winds up and fires, and it's just inside for ball 1. That's really awesome. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bohm in the box. Took a 4-seamer that was inside. Castellanos waits in the on-deck circle, and the 1-1 delivery sails low and away. Alonso's homer, by the way, went 439 feet out to left center back in the first. The pitch on the way. And that's down low again for ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike. Still light outside at the bank. And the pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. It's called a strike by Guccione. It's now 66 degrees at CBP. The payoff pitch to Bohm, and he slices that one foul as it goes out of play. Bohm also has 4 homers and 35 runs batted in. Last year he had 20 homers and 97 RBI in 558 at-bats. 3-2 on the way. Strike 3 called at the knees. And Bohm has to go back to the dugout as he chirps a little bit with Guccione. There's the first strikeout on the day in this ball game. And Quintana is able to record it. Here's Nick Castellanos. He's due up to bat. Over towards the right field side, it's more of a darker blue. The sky is, as the pitch is fouled off. And then towards center field and left field, it's a little bit more lighter in regards to just the color of the sky. So it's sort of split. The ball is 1 strike to Castellanos, and the next pitch is up high and inside. It makes the count 1-1. Brandon Nimmo has the day off for the Mets, so he continues to struggle. So that's why Tyrone Taylor is out there in center. The 1-1 delivery swing and a miss. That curveball certainly fooled him. And the count is 1-2. I didn't see rain in the forecast. I don't have the weather app up there right now, though. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch to Castellanos. Inside again for ball 2. I don't know why this keeps disconnecting. Gabe Miller, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, man. I appreciate it. 2-2 is the count to Nick Castellanos. The leg kick and the pitch to Casti. Fouled off. Phillies are 8-2 in their last 10 games against the Mets. And have won all 3 games in this series so far. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Castellanos. The windup and the pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts thrown by Jose Quintana, and 2 away. And Whit Merrifield's coming up to bat. Just the guy that I want to see in here. It's RG Energy. How did it go, man? How did it go? How did it go? I have to ask. Hopefully it went well. 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and the pitch to Merrifield. Line drive into left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And the throw made over to second is drawn, and Merrifield gets on with a single. So a nice piece of hitting by Merrifield as he finally is able to break the ice for the Phillies. They didn't have any hits. The first 5 batters were retired in a row, and Quintana threw a hanging pitch, and Merrifield took advantage of it. Was able to slice it out to left center, and DJ Stewart played it on a bounce. Nice! Sounds good, man. Sounds good. It's Brandon Marsh who comes on up and takes an elevated sinker at 91 miles per hour upstairs. Rays and Red Sox just getting started. That game is on NESN. And the Yankees earlier today, they shut out the Minnesota Twins 5-0. The 1-0 misses outside for ball 2 to Brandon Marsh. It was a 2-out single that was hit by Whit Merrifield. He leads off over at first. Marsh is the batter for the Phils. 2-0 Mets in the bottom of the second. The pitch. Up high again for ball 3. The count is now 3-0. Marsh, by the way, over his last 7 days, is 2 for his last 9. With 2 RBI and 3 walks. He's walked in 2 straight games at least once. The 3-0, and that's in there for a strike. And Merrifield, I think, was going to try to go to second because catcher was in a standing position. That was Narvaez, but he stayed over at first, so it's a 3-1 count in there for a strike. All right, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Tying run up for the Phils. Throw back to first, not in time. Merrifield didn't even have to dive. Alonso just made the catch, and there was no tag applied. Quintana getting ready to throw from the stretch. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 3-1 offering. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. DJ Stewart comes jogging in, stops, and makes the grab for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. We've played 2 innings so far. We go to the top of the third at CBP, 2-0 Mets. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. All right. What's going on, guys? Go to the top of the third inning. Phillies in their powder blue uniforms on this cool Thursday night. Taijuan Walker is going to head out to the mound for his third inning of work, and Tyrone Taylor, who's the leadoff hitter for the Mets today, is due up to bat. Phillies have been able to outscore the Mets 19-9 in this series so far. The pitch, Mets taken for a ball. I don't know why it says on the iPad that they're having bandwidth problems. Makes no sense to me. 1 ball, no strikes, and time is called. Phillies just with 1 runner left on base so far. Mets have been able to take 7 total bases. Phillies only have been able to take 1. That was on the single by Whit Merrifield. One ball, 1 strike. Walker on the hill. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-1 fly ball hit out to deep left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a foul ball. Thank goodness. Went into the third deck. Over towards the left field side. It's now a 1-2 count to Taylor. 1-2 pitch on the outside corner at the knees for a called third strike. And there's the first out recorded. 38 pitches thrown by Walker, and he gets his second strikeout of the day. Actually, he might be having problems with the iPad. Problem with text, so that maybe... I'm having problems with the iPad. The pitch. That's taken for a strike. What the heck just happened? The 0-1. That's taken down low for a ball. One ball, 1 strike. Walker gets set just below the letters and the next pitch. And that's flied out over towards the right field side, and that's going to go out of play. Makes the count now 1-2 to Pete Alonso, who was able to homer off of Taijuan Walker in his first at-bat. Time is called as we'll take a step out of the box. The 1-2 pitch up high for a ball. The 2-2 delivery. Grounder rolled over to shortstop. Sosa gobbles it up, fires across the diamond, and it's in time for the second out of the inning. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. That way you'll know when I go live. Francisco Lindor is coming up to bat with 2 outs in the top of the third. Lindor batting on the left side of the plate. Walker last year against the Mets went 1-2 with a 3.91 ERA. First pitch, Lindor lost the bat as he swung on and missed at it, and it went into the Phillies dugout. And that boy is going to return the bat to Lindor and get some more baseballs to Chris Guccione behind the plate. In those 4 appearances that he did face the Mets last year, his ERA was at 3.91. The last outing he pitched, which was on September 30th against the Mets, he went 7 innings. He allowed 4 earned runs and 4 walks. Had 3 strikeouts. The 0-1 on the way. Popped up again, and Lindor slams the bat down, but jogging in over towards shallow center field and going over towards his left is Pache. And he'll make the easy grab for out number 3 A 1-2-3, top of the third for Taijuan Walker. We go to the bottom of the third. Phillies trail 2-zip against the Mets. All right. How many people do we have tuning in on here, man? Make sure you guys comment who you are down below and hit that subscribe button as well. I'm going to take one more step off, all right? I will be right back in just a few moments. All right, we're back. 2 more subs so we get to 2,330 subscribers. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. It is 7:21 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. Just hit that super chat button down below. Any donation is a plus. Appreciate that very, very much. D is here. Now we can start. What's up, D? How you doing? Shout out to D for always coming on here. And, she found her channel like a couple of weeks ago, and she's been hooked. I'm sure a lot of you have been too, but just wanted to give her a shout out as well. Also, shout out to Kathy Ann. I know that she hasn't been on here chatting in a while, but we're always saying prayers for our cleanup hitter. She's the best. The pitch, and that swung on and missed. I don't know why I just thought about her right now, but I did. Chase Utley is in the booth talking to the NBC Sports crew. Snowballs and 1 strike. And the pitch by Quintana is down low for a ball. But yeah, we have a great community on here. And if you guys want to become a part of it, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button. We have some really great people on here and great personalities. The 1-1 delivery, and that's inside for ball 2 to Edmundo Sosa. Elder Utes here. I haven't seen Elder Ute on here in a little bit of time. What's going on, man? Philly Freaks. The 2-1 swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sosa hitting .313. He's on a 5-game hitting streak, by the way. Who would have thunk? 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field, and backing up is Stewart. He has to backpedal over just in front of the warning track, and he'll grab it, make the catch for the first out of the inning. I was thinking about Chase Utley today. I was thinking a lot about him today. Of course, one of my favorite ball players growing up. Christian Pache is coming up to bat, and the pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. Of course, the one thing that made me think about Chase Utley is when Alec Bohm, 2 nights in a row, got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. The 0-1 is down low for a ball. And it made me, of course, think about Chase Utley, because if you've been a Phillies fan for a while and you got to see Chase Utley play, Utley got hit by a lot of pitches. But he got on base. Always took one for the team, though. That was just because of his stance. It wasn't like he leaned in the pitches. The 1-1 on the way, and that's inside for ball 2. And now the Fanatic is in the booth welcoming in Chase Utley. He has a marching band gear on. Yeah, he does. I think that's marching band gear. I could tell by the hat. That's what I was thinking. 2 balls, 1 strike. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-1 pitch. That's in there for ball 3. He didn't lean it. I mean, he leaned in maybe a little bit at times, but the stance that he had wasn't like he intentionally, just leaned over. 3 balls and 1 strike. In the next pitch, there's a ground ball. He back up the middle, backhanded by McNeil, who throws over to first. And that's in plenty of time for the second out of the inning. So Pache could not get aboard. The Fanatic just gave Chase Utley a kiss, and that is absolutely awesome. It's really cool. He's now talking with John Kruk. He's tooting his horn out in his mouth, and I think Kruk maybe said something to kind of make him a little bit annoyed. Scott Schwarber's up to bat. First pitch is fouled away. It was a curveball at 78 miles per hour. Actually popped it up over towards the green part of the infield. Looked like it was going to hook foul, but stayed in. And that's going to be it for the inning. So the Phillies go down 1-2-3. And we go to the top of the 4th. Sorry about that. From the vantage point that they were showing us, it looked like it was going to go out of play, but I guess the wind, or the angle that they showed it to us said otherwise. Yes, sir. James, what's up, man? How you doing? Is Utley the all-time MLB hit-by-pitch leader? Yeah, he is. Who leads MLB in all-time hit-by-pitches? Actually, I stand corrected. List of Major League Baseball hitters. Huey Jennings apparently has the record for most hit by pitches. He got hit 287 times in his career. And second was actually Craig Biggio, Kevin Biggio's father, who had 285. Tommy Tucker, who was known as Foghorn Tom, was third on the list. He played for the Baltimore Orioles from 1887 to 1899. All right, we're going to stop this for today. You're the man, JJ. I appreciate that. Chase Utley is also the man. He is in the booth with Tom McCarthy and John Kruk. But yes, thank you. Thank you for the wise words. I appreciate that. I don't understand what's going on with this iPad today. But yeah, so Utley has 204 career hit by pitches. Anthony Rizzo, by the way, I didn't know this, but he has gotten hit 217 times in his career. So he is 6th on the list, and Utley is 7th. Dan McGann had 230, and he was somebody that played for the Boston Beaneaters, and then retired from. He played from 1896 to 1908. He's also on that list as well, and in the top 5. Jason Kendall was not a part of that era. Jason Kendall's 49 years old now. Got hit 254 times. All right, 2 balls, no strikes. JD Martinez due up at the plate. And the pitch. That swung on and missed. It was a cutter that was low and at 84 miles per hour. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike. Martinez up to bat. The pitch by Walker. Fouled away, and we'll do it again. Walker so far today, as he's tied up in the count 2-2, has thrown 48 pitches. Utley got to catch the first pitch behind home plate today. Looks good, man. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get over 150 likes. Let's get to the 2,350 mark today on the subscribers list. The 2-2 delivery. And it's fouled off. And that one goes out of play. Taijuan Walker does have 50 pitches now. 3 hits allowed. And the pitch. Fly ball, hit out over towards right field, over towards the corner. Castellanos leads up. He tries to make the catch, and he was not able to do so. He banged into the wall and tried everything he could, but wasn't able to come up with the catch. And Martinez stays alive. I don't know if it hit off the wall first by the time he tried to catch it. Let's see from the replay. No, he wasn't even close. Looks like I thought that he was a little bit closer, but it landed on top of the rail. 2-2 is the count. Walker with the 52nd pitch coming up. Here it is. And he throws a splitter that misses low. And J.D. Martinez says, no, thank you. Time is called. In each of his 3 outings this year, Walker has lasted at least 6 innings. Only gave up 1 earned run his last time out. Did allow 8 hits, 1 walk, and had 4 strikeouts. The count is full to J.D. Martinez. Walker kicks, fires the next pitch. Fouled off, and will do it again. The Mets are 19-23 on the season so far. Phillies are 31-13. 3-2 pitch. Low and away. And Martinez gets a leadoff walk to start off the inning. It's now the 6th time that he has gotten on base in this series. Ended up getting on base 4 times in the first game. He really went off in that game. There's DJ Stewart batting on the left side. Then he takes a splitter on the outside edge of the plate for strike 1. DJ has a 200 average just at the Mendoza line. Also slashing 380 and 414. Got a powder blue bell tonight at the bank. And the 0-1 is inside, or on the inside corner, I should say, for a called strike. Good crowd at Citizens Bank Park as well, to make sure I mention that. The ball's 2 strikes. Walker gets set, kicks, steals, and throws it wide. Decided to go with a splitter that time at 86 miles per hour. Walker's projected with his trajectory to go 67 innings and allow 37 earned runs. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over to left field. Marsh backs up, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. He had to turn over his left shoulder, run back, and then he jogged backwards after he faced forward and was able to make the catch successfully for out number 1. Starlin Marte is up to bat. Utley, by the way, who is in the booth with Tom McCarthy, is now 45 years old. The pitch, ground ball, and that takes a weird bounce off the mound. Takes a high bounce over towards the second base side, and Merrifield's just going to have to eat it up. He thought about making the throw over to first, but decided to go over to second, and there was no chance that Martinez was going to be out. It literally hit the back of the mound and took a sky-high bounce, sort of like a pop-up, that just had to be fielded by Merrifield. Nothing he could do about it. That's going to go as an infield single. And Marte's now 2 for 2. Walker's getting checked out by the trainers. I think maybe he got a piece of him. Is that what happened? It looked like it bounced off the mound, like the back part of the mound. I don't know if that hit his heel or not. They're showing the Phillies bullpen. Nobody's warming up just yet. Everybody's in their powder blue sweaters. Walker is kneeling down. The trainer's talking to him. I didn't see if that got a piece of him or not, but I mean, I guess it did, obviously, if the trainer's out there. But it was just so quick that they had to change shots. doesn't have his glove on. Took it off. He has the glove in the right hand. And he's just trying to walk. And Walker is going to come out of the game? Let's see again. So, it was hit. Yep, it hit him right on the big toe with his left foot. And he's going to come out. He's going to come out of the game. He's grabbing onto his lower back. He's walking okay, that I see, but that's going to be it for Taijuan Walker. So we're in the top of the fourth. Rob Thompson is going to go over to Chris Guccione to talk about a change here. Walker did need help getting down the steps, and somebody is over there to the rescue. That's the assistant trainer, and they're going to walk him back to the tunnel. So Walker just left the game with an injury on a base hit by Starling Marte. And a screamer. I didn't even think it got a piece of him, but it was just so quick. Man. As soon as it hit him, he was like, you could see the reaction. So Rob Thompson has the baseball. There's 2 runners on, and Matt Strahm is going to come on in. So Strahm will come in for Taijuan Walker, who just lasted 3 1/3 of an inning, and hopefully he's okay. But Strahm and the bullpen are going to have some work to do. Spencer Turnbull did pitch a couple of innings yesterday, in case you are wondering as to why he's not coming back in. But yeah, so Strahm's going to come in. I feel bad for Walker, man. I really do. It is big toe. They're calling a tow truck. They're not calling a tow truck. You can't joke about those things. Unless they actually said that on the broadcast. All right, so Strahm is going to be in there to pitch for the Phillies. So in case you are just tuning in, Taijuan Walker just got taken out of the game because he got hit by a line drive on his big toe. And just came out. Extra time for a warm-up, man. For sure. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well while we are in this timeout. I'm Jason Joseph. This, of course, is Play-by-Play with JJ. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when I go live. For a Phillies, a Sixers, or an Eagles game. Yes, I always have to repeat that because, yes, now we're on, of course, a lot of the time for Phillies games, but we also do Sixers stuff too, and we do Eagles stuff as well, so I don't want to surprise anybody. And I know that some people are going to forget about that. Let me ask you guys something, okay? So, I am curious. Maybe I should start a poll on this, but how many of you guys just like the Phillies? Like, do you guys like just come on like for the Phillies streams, or do you come on for the Sixers and the Eagles ones too, or just the Eagles? Well, obviously, if you're just for the Eagles, you wouldn't be here because, yeah, you're on for the Phillies. Here's Matt Strahm as he comes on in relief for Taijuan Walker. Strahm this year is 2-0. Has a 1.1 earned run average. I miss Harry the K calling Utley homers. I feel that. But I'll be honest with you. Do you know why I'm doing this? Because I've always wanted to talk to Harry Kalas. I've always wanted to know what that felt like to talk to a broadcaster as they were doing their work. And I always thought that Harry was having a conversation with me and nobody else. I thought that he was making it more individualized. And that's really, not to get deep, but that's why I love this. Like, I'm 26 years old and I'm just starting off in this field, and so many people have gone the traditional route. I think this is the future. I really do. And I think that this takes it to a whole new level. I'm not saying that I think Harry would like it. I really do. I think Harry would be really proud. He'd be very proud of Todd, of course, and his other kids. But, yeah. The pitch. And that's bunted foul. So Strom is out there. Beatty is up to bat. But I feel you. I think that this is, in some ways, just the realm itself is better. You thought I was 40? Nah. I'm 26, man. The ball is 1 strike. Martinez leads off over at second. There's Marte over at first in the 0-1. Ground ball hit over towards second base. Merrifield flips it over to shortstop for 1, and that's all that they're going to get. So a fielder's choice ground out. Martinez heads on over to third. That puts runners at the corners with 2 outs. Beatty did have an RBI double his last time up. Harry would have been great in this format, engaging with the chat. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like... That's exactly what I'm saying, you know? And I embrace that, you know? I embrace that because as Jeff McNeil comes up to bat for the Mets, we'll get back into that in a second. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Strom looks over at first, and the first pitch to McNeil is taken wide for a ball. But yeah, I think that this is really cool. Like, it's not even just the fact that we have people that are tuning in just to listen to the game, but it's also, from a conversation perspective, it is so cool. Can't say any bad words about it. The pitch, it's popped up, hit over towards the first base side and foul ground, and Merrifield gets under it, and he'll make the catch. And the inning comes to an end, so... Go to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Mets at the bank. All right. Popped out over to the first base side. Yeah. But no. In case you are new to the channel, welcome on in. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I appreciate you all so much for being here. If I don't read your chat, don't take it personally. We're really just growing our community, so I can't get to everybody on here. But the way that it works on here is I call the games, right? But you guys get to listen, but you also get to engage in conversations too. And, you're a part of the story. How I've always felt, and I truly mean this, is that when it comes to especially calling baseball is all about storytelling. But I've always thought that the audience members should also be a part of the story too, because there's a different dimension that way. Like, you have the fans that are just so into the game, and the broadcaster or the person that's calling the game is sort of talking to you as they're doing the game. But when you make the fans a part of the cast and have them be the color commentators, it brings it to another level. That's really what it does. So, and we love it, and we have a very awesome community on here. And, I call it a family because it is. It is my second family. It is my second family away from my personal one. It's great. All right. What else? I have good memories of Harry, Whitey, and Andy on Sunday afternoon games, for sure. How many guys in their 20s know what they want to do? It's a good point, man. It's a very good point. And thank you all so much for liking the channel and for hitting the subscribe button. Michael Parker, and the total is 8.5. Yep. For sure. No, I embrace it. And I'm very fortunate. I can't, I'm not doing this without my parents. I'm not doing this without the support that I've gotten over the years. Have I gotten some backlash for doing this? Yeah, absolutely. But we embrace it. And we have fun. It's cool stuff. It's cool to be one of the first people doing this. And I want to inspire other people. Here's JT, who comes up to bat and takes a changeup just down low for a ball. Jose Quintana out there for his 4th inning of work. In case you are just tuning in, the Mets have a 2-0 lead. We're in the bottom of the 4th. JT's up to bat. He's 0 for 1 on the day. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the lineup for the Phils. And the 1-0 pitch, grounder hit over towards third, diving stop by Beatty, and he bobbles it, I should say. And realmuto is going to be safe without a throw. So Beatty was able to make a diving stop over towards his left side. I think that they're going to rule it as an infield single. I don't know. But Beatty certainly did bobble it. As soon as he tried to look up over to first base, he took his eyes off the baseball. Excuse me. And JT gets on. Tying run coming up to the plate for the Fightins. And it's Bryce Harper. Had a homer in last night's game out to left field to tie it up 1-1 in the bottom of the first. The pitch that's taken for a ball. Bryce did fly out in his first inning, flew out to right field and popped it up. The 1-0 pitch, and that's on the outside corner for a called strike at 91 miles per hour. Quintana with 43 pitches. The 1-1 to Harper, and that's tapped foul over towards the first base side. They did rule JT's at-bat as a hit. It was an infield single. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bryce. Quintana looks at the dirt for a quick second. Now looks up at home plate. Gets set, kicks, steals the pitch, swing and a miss. And I mean badly. He swung at that curveball. It was in the dirt. It spelled nothing but trouble as soon as it was thrown by Quintana. And Harper went fishing after it. Got fooled on the curveball, and that was an ugly swing. Sure you can picture what that looks like. And now Bryce, Alec Bohm is up to bat. There's Bohm, and he takes a strike at the knees, a sinker at 90 miles per hour. So daylight is pretty much over. Nighttime has come upon us. Sun has gone down, and the 0-1 to Bohm is outside and low for a ball. Linda's here. What's going on, Linda? You look 26, but a beard always makes us look older. That's why I cut mine. Now I have a baby face. Love it. Love it. The 1-1 pitch. That's taken low again. A changeup thrown at 85 on the gun. JJ, you rock. Thanks, Neil. Means a lot. You guys rock. I love you guys. I really do. I love the chats. It's gotten to the point now like where everybody's talking to each other, and that puts a big smile on my face. Throw back to first, not in time. I mean, the fact that we had, during the day, like, somebody said that he put us on, like, as he was working, and, like, his whole entire branch got to listen to it. Like, that's an honor. I can't describe that. The 2-1 was fouled back by Alec Bohm. Quintana approaching 50 pitches, already at 49. The 2-2 delivery, and Bohm fouls it back. It was a high fastball at 90 miles per hour, and he wanted to stay alive there. JJ, I have to do this in a Harry Callis style voice. Chase Utley, you are the man. 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out to left field. Stewart gets under it, though, and he tracks it down to make the catch. Bohm just got it off the end of the bat. Realmuto goes back over to first. The throw was drawn to second. There's 2 away. So Bowman hit sharply. Just Stewart able to get a good jump on it. To his credit, he made the catch there. Chase Utley, you are the man. Yep. Love it. Nick Castellanos is up to bat. He struck out in the second inning. He's looking to get some redemption against Quintana. The pitch, a curveball that misses away. Phillies are fortunate it's only 2-0 at this point. Well, they're the best team in baseball right now. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss on a curveball that disappeared out of the strike zone. I'll tell you that the curveball today thrown by Quintana has been pretty filthy. I said that Harper struck out on a pitch that didn't look good to begin with, but when you're in the box, it's not easy. Throw back to first to get JT not in time. JT sort of skipped over to first. He was way off the bag, and by the time Alonso tagged him, his right foot was on the base. Tagged him right on the left butt cheek. The 1-1 delivery, and Casti takes it way inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Castellanos went 1 for 4 in last night's game. He's gotten a hit in 4 out of his last 5 games. 2-1. That's popped up, hit out over towards shallow center field. And making the catch for out number 3. Out in center field is Taijuan Walker. And that's the end of the inning. No runs. 1 man left. We played 4 so far. Head to the top of the 5th at Citizens Bank Park. Mets have a 2-0 lead against the Phillies. All right. Let's see here. Thank you so much for all the support. I remember the day that Harry passed. I remember it too. I was jetting a sewer main, and my wife called me. I actually started to cry. And my partner was a big Philly fan, and we were just left speechless. Yeah, that's like one of those things like that you just remember like where you were in the exact like moment. I remember like we were driving home from New York. I had an older brother who had really severe special needs. You know, I love him. He's you know, he passed away in September of 2020. But that's besides the point. But he had to go to a lot of doctor appointments in New York City. And we were on our way home. And I found out then. Because they were playing against the Mets. That's when he unfortunately passed away. So I was still pretty young. But yeah, I do remember that. It was tough. Elder Reed says final score 5-4. Phillies. Okay, good. Sounds good. How about this? Favorite Harry Kalas call? Do you guys have a favorite Harry Kalas call? Enjoy, Stefan. Yeah, I hope that you have a good time at the movies, man. Just stopping by to hit the like and help out the algorithm. That deserves a round of applause. It does. I got to get that sound effect on there. Smash that like button, people. Linda, you're the best. Shout out to Linda. Let's get to 150 subs. Or 150 likes, I'm sorry. Strom is going to pitch the 5th inning. So Taijuan Walker, in case you are just tuning in, he did pitch, but then he got hit by a line drive that hit him on his front big toe and had to come out of the game in the last inning. So Strom is doing the relief duties today. And the pitch is in there for a strike. The ESPN app, I don't want to say that for certain just yet until I see it for myself. I trust you guys, but I want to make sure that I report it correctly. The 0-1, and that's fouled off. See, that's the old school thing in me from a journalistic perspective. No balls, 2 strikes to Omar Narvaez. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. Strom looks over to first, gets set the letters, and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the first strikeout by Matt Strom, and the second time that Omar Narvaez has struck out today. Just chased after a fastball that could have gone either way. I think it was heading towards the outside corner, but regardless, good job by Strom to try to paint those corners. Taijuan Walker comes up to bat, and he takes the first pitch inside for a ball as he's batting on the right side. So for 2 today. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 delivery misses inside. Hmm. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out in the top of the 5th. Nobody on. And the pitch. It's right down Broadway for a called strike. So NBC Sports Philadelphia said that Taijuan Walker got hit. Of course. And the 2-1 is fouled off. But they're calling Taijuan Walker's injury a left foot contusion. They didn't put him on the injured list yet, but he's going to be further evaluated. That's what they say. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch is fouled off. That hits the backstop behind home plate. There's Scott Fransky. I don't think that's Kevin. Yeah, that is Kevin Stockard. They have this place called Kevin Stockyard. I wonder where that is at the ballpark. Huh. That's cool. 2-2 on the way. Popped up, hit out over towards shallow center field. Merrifield calls off Pache and says he has it and backpedals and will make the catch. There's the second out of the inning. And Taylor has been hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Now it's Pete Alonso who comes on up to bat. He homered in the first inning off of Taijuan Walker. There was a solo shot to make it a 1-0 lead at the time. Then he grounded out to short in the top of the 3rd. The pitch, and that's a slider that's in there at the knees on the inside corner for strike 1. Strom was used as a starter at the beginning of last year for the Phillies when Ranger Suarez went on the injured list. The 0-1, and that's fouled off. Alonso's average at .228 now. 10 homers, and he also drove in his 23rd run of the season. The homer, by the way, went 439 feet. The ball's 2 strikes to Pete Alonso, and the 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And Matt Strom gets a 1-2-3 inning as he skips back towards the dugout. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Phillies down 2-0. Mets with 4 hits, Phillies with 2. And the Phillies are looking to try to get on the board when they return to action. Leave the bullpen alone and sign Trevor Bauer. Who else? No one wants Bauer. This guy seems like a great man. Not sure why he doesn't respond to me, maybe because of my username. No, not at all, man. I again, like I said before, I can't get to everybody's chat. Like my number one job at the end of the day is to give the play-by-play. And sometimes I get a little bit too invested in the chat. And you guys are, of course, are having the conversation. I got to scroll down, and I love that. But, you know, it's not why you guys are here. You guys are here because you want to listen to the game. Like, this is just background noise, and that's sort of the cake on top of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's, don't take offense to that. I did say that before, too, but I don't know if you were here to hear that. Blue Jay, he will. Told you. Sorry for your loss, JJ. Thank you. Appreciate it. Harry passed away in 2009. Yes. My earliest memories, we're going back to favorite memories of Harry. My earliest memories of Phillies broadcast, we were hearing my neighbor sitting on the porch, drinking a beer, and listening on his AM/FM radio. I still use that, by the way, sometimes. Richie Ashburn and HK on the air. Yep. Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Talon, I thought exactly. The Schmidt 500 home run call was pretty golden. All right. So it's time to go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Phillies down 2-0 against the New York Mets. Jason, what's up, man? HK was in the broadcast booth and passed away like 2 hours before the broadcast, and T-Mac was working with the Mets, and he said that he would call the game. Yep. Here's what Merrifield, and he comes up to bat and takes a curveball that's low for a ball. Hardcore's favorite call was the Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 world champions of baseball. Yep. That's obviously the one that sticks out to a lot of people. The 1-0 on the way, and that's down low. Mine is, could it be? Could it be? It is out of here. I like that one, too. 2 balls, no strikes. Orion Kirkering getting warmed up now in the Phillies bullpen, and they'll probably pitch the 6th. And the 2-0 pitch just misses outside for ball 3. Quintana still on the mound for the Mets, by the way. At 55 pitches coming into the 5th inning. He's behind in the count 3-0. And the pitch. It's on the outside corner for a strike. Decided to go with a sinker there. Phillies are not giving these fans a show, but we are. Hopefully we're giving you guys a show. 3-1 pitch. There's a bouncer hit over to third. Merrifield tries to hustle. Beatty's throw over to first is in time. Merrifield tried to test the arm of Beatty, and Beatty threw a cannon over to first. And Merrifield was just out. Give him credit, though, for hustling. Phillies will never win a chip. They can't sweep a full series. They can't finish off opponents, says Dwayne Thornton. The pitch to Marsh, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. They can't sweep a full series. Yeah, well, they just sweep the Giants in 4 straight games, so come back with me with facts. The 0-1, swing and a miss. But he was looking to get a response out of me. He got one. There you go. No balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Marsh. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th inning. Phillies down 2-0 against the Mets in the 0-2. It's a slurve that's low. Larry says that we used to vacation in a cabin in the Poconos 2 weeks every August. We used to go to the Poconos, too. No TV, listen to Harry and Whitey on a little transistor radio. I still have. The 1-2. That's taken outside again for ball 2. Stretch run versus the Pirates and Expos every year. Now that's cool. That's really cool. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch to Marsh, and that's on the outside corner at the knees for a called 3rd strike. Decided to go with a sinker again, and Quintana able to get a strikeout there. The 2nd out recorded in this bottom of the 5th. Yep, it just rung him up. Good pitch thrown too, but Marsh was froze and shocked. And Edmundo Sosa is going to come up to bat. The pitch to Sosa, and that swung on and missed for a strike. What does that have to do with winning championships? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. How do you say that? Hughesian? Is that how you say it? Please correct me down below. 1 ball, 1 strike to Edmundo Sosa. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. Base is empty. Quintana gets set at the belt. Gets the signs from Narvaez. Kicks, fires, and that pitch is swung on and missed. Another curveball that he went with in the dirt. Foxy. What's up, Foxy? I lived for a while during the summer of '94 in South Bend, Indiana. 1210 WCAU reached all the way out to there. I listened to every Phillies game that summer. Love that. 1-2 pitch, and that's going to hit Edmundo Sosa right on the elbow guard. He gets rewarded first. And that's the first time that a Phillies hitter has gotten aboard since, I believe since it was the infield single by JT. Like listening to him, Harry Kalas that is, when the Phillies won the World Series in '08. Yep. Way back, that ball is out of here. For sure. Blue Jay says, I miss Merrifield on the Jays. He always hustled. Vlad Guerrero needs to take notes. All right, so that's a good point that you make, by the way. Pache's up to bat. He's representing the tying run. We're in the bottom of the fifth. There's 2 gone. And the first pitch to Pache is sliced foul for towards the first base side, and that's going to find the seats. I feel that. Go Phillies, go get some runs. Who's saying? Oh, who's saying? Who's saying? I got you. The 0-1, and that's a pie for a ball. Let me make sure I write that down because I like to get everybody's name correct. Who's saying? Who's saying? What's going on, man? Thanks so much for coming on. 1-1 is the count to Christian Pache. And the next pitch, ground ball, hit over to shortstop, gobbled up by Lindor, flips it over to second base, and the fielder's choice is recorded as Sosa's out at second, and we go to the top of the sixth. Though Ryan Kerkering will come on in for the Phils, and they'll try to cool down the fire as we go to the sixth inning, 2-0 Mets. Hussein. Oh, okay. So it's like SANE, like insane. You know what I mean? Hussein, what's going on? What's up, Hussein? Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. And turn on the notification bell icons. Who's saying what? Welcome on in. Who's on first? I don't know who's on first. A lot of the younger people that are around my age don't even know about that skit. Iconic, by the way. Really iconic. Who's on first? What's on second? Who's that? That's our shortstop. All right, we go to the top of the sixth inning. Mets lead it 2-0 against the Phillies. Could have gotten another inning from Strom. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. Where I think we're at. How many likes are we at now? Help out the algo. My name, of course, is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Come on here, have a fun time, be a decent human being. That's all I ask. And engage with the chat. I don't know, therapist. I know. It's a great skit. You know, I watched that when I was in 5th grade. And my 5th grade teacher, he was really a 4th grade teacher. His name was Mr. Myers. Shout out to Mr. Myers. Loved Mr. Myers. He was a 4th grade teacher, and I had him for the 1 year that he taught 5th grade. And he showed us that skit, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was like one of the only kids at the time that was just laughing at that whole entire skit. And I thought that was like one of the coolest things that he showed us. That was a great class. He was one of my favorite teachers in elementary school. Was just a really good guy. Then he became a guidance counselor at another school in my area. Here's Lindor, who's up to bat. And he pops this one up over towards the left field side, and that goes out of play. 85 likes, 132 people on here watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get to 150 likes. Y'all are the best. Lindor's 0 for 2. His average now is at 198. It's just so weird to see that. The 0-1, that's bunted foul. Orion Kerkering, who's in there to pitch for the Phillies, has gone 11 games this year with a 1.54 earned run average in 11 2/3 of an inning. The last time that he pitched, it was in the bottom of the 9th against the Mets on Monday night. and he was able to get out of the inning. And this guy let it off, and he hit a rocket over to second base, and it was caught by Cody Clemens. The 0-2, and that's popped up over towards the third base side. Bohm comes running in foul ground, tries to make a sliding catch, but he runs out of room. The baseball cap fell off of his head, and he picks it back up. Just not able to make the catch. It hit the track just in front of the Mets' third base dugout. It's really the Phillies' third base dugout, but the Mets' dugout, the visitors' dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. Lindor will get another chance at it. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Orion Kerkering went up the ladder at 99 miles per hour, and Lindor couldn't catch up. That is what you call high cheese. Wasn't too high, but back-to-back strikeouts recorded by the Phillies pitching staff between Strom and Kerkering. Here's Martinez, and they'll pop this one foul. I need this win. Come on, Philly. Let's go. Is Marsh playing tonight? Yes. Yes, he is. I laugh every time I hear it till this day. Yeah, that's a good skit. The 0-1, swing and a miss. And that fastball was at 98, right down Broadway. Kerkering coming at it with the heat. Looking to strike out J.D. Martinez and get back-to-back A's. The 0-2, sweeper that misses low and away at 87 on the gun. Martinez's average is at 290 now. Came in at 295. Good route. The 1-2, that's outside for a ball. I don't know if it's a good route, but it's one of the routes that's in New Jersey. 2-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. I didn't have any traffic today on 295, so that was nice. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the top of the 6th. And the 2-2 pitch, another foul ball. Yeah, Orion's really good. Talking about hair in the chat, I was just talking about highways. Because Martinez was batting 295 coming into today. That's a route in New Jersey. The 2-2 pitch, low for ball 3. DJ Stewart waits in the on-deck circle for the Mets. There's 1 out in the top of the 6th. It's 2-0 New York. They scored both runs, or each run, in the first and the second. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Orion Kerkering with a backwards K. Wasn't a backwards K, but still he got the strikeout there. Orion just threw another heater that just whizzed on by J.D. Martinez. And he couldn't catch up to it, and DJ Stewart's going to come on up to bat. 3 straight strikeouts in a row for the Phillies pitching staff. The pitch, and that's on the outside corner at 87 miles per hour. He says, I didn't hit any traffic today either, although I never left the house. That's funny. The 0-1 pitch, and that's up high and outside for a ball. I love driving routes 202/206. Well, you got to wait to bring that up when somebody's batting 202 or 206. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke. The 1-1, swing and a miss. In Northwest Jersey, 202, 206. Is that the Garden State Parkway? Winding roads through trees and hills. Oh, it must be a back road. Huh. I didn't know that. Kerkering looking to strike out the side here in the 6th inning. 2 outs. Nobody on. Kerkering gets set at the belt, and the 1-2 pitch. And that's fouled off. Oh, it's a 2-lane road. Okay. So he's in the bottom of the 6th. We'll have The top of the order due up. The 1-2. That's wide for ball 2. We'll have Schwarber, realmuto, and Harper due up to bat. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-2 delivery. And that's just fouled off. Good job by Stewart to stay alive. Rays now lead a 3-1 in Boston in the top of the 4th. Pirates lead a 2-1 in the top of the 3rd. A's and Astros just got started, and the Phillies game is on right now. And those are all 4 games that are going on at this current moment in time out of the 6. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the next pitch popped up, and we'll do it again as it goes back behind home plate and finds the seats. 21st Century Paul. By the way, I don't know if I acknowledged you last night, but thank you so much for that compliment. I really do appreciate that, man. The 2-2 on the way, another foul ball, that time racking up 99, close to triple digits. 8 pitches now in this AB. It's been a battle between Stewart and Kerkering. Who's going to win? 2 out, space is empty. Kerkering struck out the first 2 batters. The count is 2-2 here, and the next pitch, check swing, did he go? And the third base umpire says, no, sir. And now it's a 3-2 count. Was just outside. And Stewart just held up. Not by much, though. The payoff pitch. Ground ball back up the middle for a base hit. And Castellanos gets down on one knee to make the stop, and Stewart wins the battle. A 2-out single by DJ Stewart. And that's his first hit of the series. It's now Starling Marte's turn to come on up. Last time he was up, he had an infield single. It actually was a line drive that hit off of Taijuan Walker, who had to come out of the game. And that was back in the 4th. Matt Strahm would then come on in relief for the Phils. And he went 1 2/3 of an inning. Kerkering is on the mound now. Marte up to bat. Kerkering on the bump. And the pitch to Marte is fouled off. As we mentioned before, the Phillies will have Schwarber, realmuto, and Harper due up. Marte batting .264. He did have a stolen base earlier today, too, and scored a run. The 0-1 pitch inside to make the count 1-1. Marte now has 8 stolen bases on the season. Just recorded his 345th all-time stolen base. The 1-1, and that's lined foul to make the count now 1-2. Trying to look and see like who or where he stands in the top 300 or top 100. Sorry, the 1-2 that sails outside and low for a ball. The 2-2 on the way to Marte. On the outside corner, called strike 3, and Kerkering strikes out the side as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-0 Mets. They leave 1 runner over at first, and the Phillies are coming up to bat. If you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. That way you'll know when I go live. Of course, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate that very much. Let's get to 2350 on the subscribers list. And let's get to over 150 likes if we can. Mod Squad, Algo Gang, do your thing. So I said he had 345 career stolen bases. So he's currently 117th on the all-time list. He actually needs 2 more to tie Elvis Andrus, who just retired. He's, the stolen bases, by the way, that's the most on the active list on active players. Jose Altuve is now at 300 career stolen bases. He just tied Frank Taveras and B.J. Upton, formerly known as Melvin Upton Jr. That's a fun fact. Nice. Nice. Congrats, Haley. That's sick. Muy bien. Baseball is excelente. If you are tuning in on Facebook or on Twitch or on any other social media platform, make sure you all hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. That way you'll know when I go live. Let's get some hits, man. Let's get some hits. I agree with that. Utley, by the way, is 6th on the all-time home runs list. This is courtesy of Phillies Bell. He's 7th on the all-time RBI list. And 10th on the all-time walks list. There's Kyle Schwarber. Jose Quintana. His night is done. Oh, wait, no. I stand corrected. Sorry about that. Looking at somebody else. Quintana is still on the mound. Sorry. He's gone 5 innings, 72 pitches as we enter into the 6th. And Schwarber shows bunt, takes it back, and it's a strike on the outside corner. Kyle today is 0 for 2. He had a tough shot, a hard shot, I should say, in his first at-bat with the count full. It was just right at Lindor, though. The 0-1 slurve that reaches the outside corner at the knees for strike 2. Phillies top of the order, by the way, when you look at their first 4 hitters, combined today, they are 1 for 8 at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. It's popped up, hit out over towards left field. And Stewart has to jog in, and he does, and he'll make the catch. That was Taylor, excuse me, that jogged in. So, we have a change defensively. I didn't say this on the ESPN app, but so Schwarber pops out. Up to bat is JT Realmuto. So the defensive change, we have Harrison Bader now out in center field. Taylor goes over to left. And Marte is out in right. The pitch, swing and a miss. Well, let's make sure that we get that correct. So he's in left field now. The next pitch, a curveball that misses at 78 miles per hour downstairs. Quintana gets set at the belt, gets the signs from Narvaez. Kicks, fires the next pitch. Fly ball hit out to deep right field. It's going back towards the track and hits off the top of the wall. Marte draws the throw over to second, and that is the longest single that you're going to see out to right field by Realmuto. That was a good throw, too, and drawn by Marte. And if there's anything that you learned from yesterday, as Castellanos tried to extend the single into a double, you don't want to run off of that arm. That was like a 345-foot single. Just hit off of the Independence Blue Cross fence over the former out-of-town scoreboard. The exit velo was at 102. Now Bryce Harper is gonna come up to bat, looking to tie the game with one swing of the bat. The pitch, low and outside for ball 1. You do have a very good voice for commentating, bro. I appreciate that. If you guys have any sort of, like, constructive criticism, please, like, I'm always looking for feedback, man. Always looking for feedback. The 1-0 to Harper, and that's fouled off. Whether it's with the style itself, whether it's with the way that the things look on here, or what we could be doing better, because I'm always looking to get better. Narvaez will have a conversation with Quintana here. This was sort of like what happened yesterday, except it happened in the 5th inning when Joey Lucchesi was pitching. He did pretty well in his first 4 innings and then started to get a little bit tired. And the Phillies, of course, would have that big inning in the bottom of the 5th and get 4 runs to take the lead 5-2. Did allow a run in the first yesterday, but Harper is up to bat. And going back to the plate is Narvaez. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bryce Harper. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. JT over at first. And the 1-1 to Harper. Ground ball. A back up the middle. Diving stop by Lindor. Got underneath his glove, though, and everybody's going to be safe. An infield single by Bryce Harper. JT goes over to second. And Harper able to come through. And it looks like Mendoza's going to go out there. And Lindor's going to come in towards home plate, and we have a pitching change here. So JT goes over to second, and Harper gets on with an infield single. It just deflected off the bottom of Lindor's glove. He tried to field it and make a diving stop, but he slowed it down. Wasn't able to get a hold of it. It would have been tough to get Harper out anyways, but we have a pitching change. All right, we have a pitching change with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th and 2 runners on. All right, JJ, time for the rally for sure. Here's a good critique. I like this one. Something I notice is you very, very rarely say or which is great. I do a lot of public speaking, and I concentrate pretty hard on trying to eliminate those from my speaking. I'll tell you what I learned, okay? And sometimes I still struggle with this, even when I'm doing podcasts, because I think that when I listen to a broadcaster, trying to talk, there's a certain type of a script to it, even though nothing is ever written, but just from osmosis, you kind of see that. But the one thing that I do when I try to get rid of, they call them the filler words. I still have some filler words, and not all filler words are bad, but when you say like, those can get kind of repetitive. But embrace pauses, Sometimes we have a lot to say, and that's why we tend to stumble. But when you're, see right there. But when you're doing public speaking, take a pause. Pauses are cool. Sometimes, though, it's appropriate to have the filler words. But I had to learn that. And I think that the theater background helped. But yeah, I feel it too, Snooter. JJ's time for the rally. Can you feel my presence? I feel it, man. Here's Alec Bohm, who comes up to the plate. Line drive into left field for a base hit. And realmuto is going to round third. The throw to the plate is not in time. It deflects off the glove of Narvaez. And Garrett comes up behind him to field it. It's an RBI double for the Phillies, and Alec Bohm comes through. And finally, the Phillies have a run on the board. Gotta tell you, Taylor made a very good attempt to try to throw JT out at the plate. It was a beautiful throw, and I thought JT was just going to be out, but JT, give him credit for sliding underneath the tag of Narvaez as soon as he fielded it. Probably should have been standing, but he didn't. It was a bang-bang play, though, all around. First pitch to Castellanos, swing and a miss. Harper's at third, and over at second, it's Alec Bohm. got on with the RBI double. No balls, 1 strike. 3 hits allowed in a row by the Mets pitching in the 0-1 swing and a miss. All right. No balls, 2 strikes. Castellanos batting .204. He's looking to drive in his 17th and 18th run. Potentially on a base hit. And the 0-2 pitch in the air. Hit out to left field. This should be deep enough for Harper to tag. Making the catch is Taylor. The throw is drawn to the plate. It's cut off. And there's a sac fly to tie the game at 2 apiece by Nick Castellanos. And everybody on their feet chanting, "Let's go Phillies" at CBP. Casty, I thought maybe he had a hold of one. Taylor's throw was not even close. I think it slipped out of his hand, and Beatty just cut it off over at third, and Harper didn't even have to slide. Nothing. He just jogged on in the home plate. And here's Whit Merrifield, the pitch, swinging and a miss. Bohm still over at second for the Phillies, by the way. They've just tied the game. Quintana won't be able to get the win. Those 2 runs, though, get charged to him. The ball's 1 strike. Garrett on the mound. And the pitch to Merrifield. Bouncing ball. Hit over to shortstop. Lindor fields it cleanly. Throws over to first. And the inning comes to an end. The Phillies tie it back, though, on an RBI double by Alec Bohm. And a sac fly by Nick Castellanos. We've played 6 and go to the top of the 7th at Citizens Bank Park. All knotted up at 2 apiece. Okay. Let's see. Can you feel my presence? I read that. It's time for the rally. You called it, man. You called it. Would like to see the balls and the strikes along with the pitcher's pitch count. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about it because the reason why I don't show it, and I say this all the time, but I'll tell you, the reason why I don't show it is because it distracts me, and I want to give, like, as clean of a call as I can, and it's a spoiler, and my eyes just tend to, like, wander in that direction. I don't know why. My eyes just tend, they don't even, like, look at the score first. They literally just look at the count, and I'm okay with, like, doing that for basketball or for even football because there's a lot of action, but for baseball, because there's not a lot of action, and the nature of the game, it's a spoiler for me, and it just catches me off guard. That's why I don't do it that way. If I had somebody operating it for me, then that would be a different story because then I would have it up. But when you're looking at the CBS scoreboard or Yahoo or even ESPN, they're always ahead. So this one is behind, except with the counts. I hope that makes sense. All right, 2-2 as we head to the top of the 7th. Both teams with 2 runs on 5 hits. Walker lasted 3 1/3 of an inning. He left the game with a left knee contusion. You know, the ball hit off of his foot. Nice. And Gregory Soto is going to come on in to pitch for the Titans. He'll be the Phillies' 4th pitcher that they go to today. And Soto has really struggled this year. But this is a big spot for him. We're in the top of the 7th inning. All right. Mets are up to bat now, and Mark Vientos will be pinch hitting for Brett Beatty as the first pitch is at the knees for a strike. So they wanted to go with a righty on lefty here. Vientos as a pinch hitter in his career is 3 for 11 with 2 RBI. The 0-1 line drive diving catch by Alec Bohm. The 2nd day in a row that he's able to flash the leather, and there's 1 gone. got a little dirty with it and was able to make a really nice catch and continues to play third base at the highest level. That was beautiful. Just laid his whole body out, dove over towards his left side, got on the dirt, bang, bang, play. The pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Soto on the mound, by the way, this year has pitched in 16 games. He is 2 for 2 in save opportunities. We're in the top of the 7th. It's not a save opportunity, though, as the 0-1 to McNeil is up high. Opponents are batting .327 against him this year, and his ERA is at 6.75. McNeil at the dish, the 1-1 grounder hit over to first base. Harper says he has it. He fields it and runs on over towards the bag and beats McNeil by a mile for out number 2. Great job, JJ. Love all the stats and all the other info you provide us. Let's go, Philly. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I've contemplated the scoreboard stuff, but I found this one and I like it. I know that for some of you, like if you're watching it on the smaller screen, it could be a little bit tough to see, especially if your eyes, if it hurts your eyes. I tried to make it as big as I could, but I can always work for improvements. The pitch to Narvaez, and that's taken for a ball. 2 out, space is empty in the top of the 7th, and the 1-0 pitch, bouncing ball foul towards the first base side. Hit the thumbs up button. Let's get to 150 likes. No, I have a lot to catch up on in this chat. And I will. I'll get there. 1-1 is the count. Soto kicks, delivers, and throws it high for ball 2. Like is another one I struggle with going back to the filler words. And yes, I also try to embrace the pauses. That's great to hear. Yeah, we're human. Pauses are great to embrace. The 2-1 popped up, hit out over towards the third base side on the infield turf, or on the infield grass, I should say, making the catch is Bohm over towards the line for out number 3. It's stretch time at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies and the Mets tie 2-2 in Game 4 of this series. All right, it's time for your Philadelphia Phillies trivia question of the day. All right. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it correct, you will hear this. If you get it incorrect, you'll hear this. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Algo Gang, do your thing. Let's get to 2350 on the subscriber mark, and let's get to 150 likes if we can. Appreciate you all so much for tuning in. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. All right. Let's do this one. On February 25th of 1972, the Philadelphia Phillies traded Rick Wise to the St. Louis Cardinals for which player? Which player was traded for Rick Wise? Anybody know the answer to that? Carlton. Good job, Larry. Good job. Good stuff. Got it on the first try. Lonnie Smith. Larry Boa, incorrect. Oh, I wish I could spam that. But yeah, Steve Carlton. That's right. Good job, Larry. Larry was quick. Love it. Thomas Jefferson said, YouTube tip, we are not here to listen to your channel grow. If you provide decent content, stick to why people are here, which the Phillies games, your channel will grow. If you beg, people won't sub or like. But see, you got to remind people because not everybody is tuning in. So if there's 160 people that are tuning in on here, guess what? Maybe 50 of them haven't heard that. So, and sometimes people forget. Sometimes people are cooking. So I got to do that. I got to promote myself. And I don't try to spam it all the time, but I try to pick my spots. But I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that, man. I love the constructive criticism. The pitch. That's on the outside corner for a called strike to Brandon Marsh. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Garrett on the bump. And the 0-1 swing and a miss on a splitter at 88 miles per hour. Hussein, thanks so much, man. Good stuff. Everybody does it. Yep. The 0-2. That's low. It was a splitter at 88 miles per hour for a ball. Marsh with his hair wet. And the beard dry. He's 0 for 2 today with a fly out. And he also struck out 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next pitch, that was a foot above the head of Omar Narvaez. It's now a 2-2 count. Yes, sir. Scott, thanks so much for subscribing, my guy. Appreciate it. Nice stuff. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett gets set just above the belt, and the 2-2 misses downstairs again. Decided to go with a splitter, and it was in the dirt. Hoffman getting warmed up in the Phillies bullpen, and he'll pitch the top of the 8th inning. Marsh takes a quick step out of the box and takes a practice swing, and now steps back in, ready for the next pitch. We got to over 100. Payoff pitch to Marsh, swing and a miss, and he knew a splitter was coming, and as he shakes his head, it went down low and sailed away, and there's the first out of the inning. He knew it. He shook his head as soon as he swung at that and was like, man, I knew it was coming. Yes, sir. All right, good stuff. Lefty legend Allen Iverson. I appreciate the reminders. I never heard you beg. Thank you. Yeah, I'd try not to. It's Cody Clemens coming up to the bat. Or to the plate. With 1 out. As a pinch hitter, he's 1 for 4 this season. The pinch hit that he had was on Monday night in the 9th inning off of Edwin Diaz. And it was a single. No balls and 1 strike as the pitch was in there for a strike. Sorry about that. Garrett gets set just above the belt, looks over at third, and the 0-1 delivery is on the outside corner for strike 2 to make the count 0-2. Phillies have a powder blue bell out in right center field. It's 8:42 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast. Garrett on the mound, Clemens at the plate. It's Reed Garrett, the 31-year-old, and the 0-2 to Cody Clemens. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a heater right down Broadway at 97 miles per hour. And Clemens will go back to the dugout. And Christian Pache is due up to bat. 2 up, 2 down on 2 strikeouts by Reed Garrett. The 6'2", 195 veteran for the Mets. Philly Fanatic trying to conduct the fans as they're getting into Bryson Stott's walk-up song. He will come on in to pinch hit for Christian Pache. Big spot here for Bryson Stott. Was wondering when he was going to come on in the pinch hit. This is the spot they decide to use Stott. The pitch, and that's low at 97. Stott this season has a .276 batting average, 4 homers, and 26 RBI in 123 at-bats. The 1-0 to Stott is low for ball 2. Stott's average last year was at 280. This year it's just A little bit lower, not by much, though. It's been getting hot. 2-0, and that's way up high and outside for ball 3. I feel you. I feel you, Pat. I feel you, man. Fans standing on their feet as Kyle Schwarber waits in the on-deck circle. Base is empty. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. All knotted up at 2 against the Mets. The 3-0 inside for ball 4. And Bryson Stott has walked for his 24th time this season in 147 or 149 plate appearances. So a 2-out walk allowed by Reed Garrett. And Kyle Schwarber is going to come on up. The go-ahead run over at first base. And let's see if the Phillies can play some small ball. For sure. Be there for the stream, and the game will follow. The game, the result will, yep. If you build it, they will come. Good movie. They're not giving our Phillies their props on the sports shows, but we'll show them. I love that spirit. Schwarber lifetime against Reed Garrett is 0 for 1 with 3 walks. He's hitless today in 3 at-bats and popped out his last time in the 6th. The first pitch, a sweeper that's wide. John, what's up, John? Just wanted to say hello from Michigan and keep up the good work. Thanks for creating this channel. I recently started liking baseball because of you. Thank you. Don't make me cry. Thank you. The 1-0. And that's taken for ball 2. Thank you, man. JT waits in the on-deck circle. Stott's at first. Schwarber at the plate. Garrett gets set at the belt again. Gets the signs from Narvaez in the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball past the diving stop of the first baseman. It goes all the way towards the right field corner. Stott's going to come in to score. And it's an RBI double for Kyle Schwarber as the Phillies take the lead 3-2. The fans cheering loud, and Edmundo Sosa going crazy in the Phillies dugout in the bottom of the 7th. It was a rocket hit over to Pete Alonso's way. He tried to make a diving stop, and there was no chance that he was going to even slow the baseball down. And Stott scored from first with 2 outs on the RBI extra base hit by Kyle Schwarber. And the Phillies lead it 3-2. Here's JT. The first pitch popped up over towards the outfield grass, and now coming running in is Lindor, and he gets there to make the catch just right by the infield grass at the shortstop position. The inning comes to an end. However, Kyle Schwarber gives the Phillies the lead on an RBI double as he knocked in Bryson Stott. They lead it 3-2, and the Phillies are 6 outs away from sweeping the Mets. Good stuff. Larry, that's why I started with the YouTube tip. I'm helping him out. Yep, I appreciate that. Stick to the topic. Everyone knows if they like it, they'll subscribe. Stick to the content. Yes, sir. I think it's a fair criticism. I'm always looking for ways to get better. So any feedback is great, as long as it's constructive, you know. So good stuff. You know, I think it's great. What's going on, Jiva Newts? How you doing, my guy? I think we need a doorbell on here to welcome in our guests. Do you like the idea of a doorbell? I don't know. I'd have to play around with it. I don't like always playing the air horn. I like it, when something nice happens. Except when a run comes, then I'll play the bell. But that was awesome. I've seen many analysts rank the Phillies number 1 recently. Well, on MLB Network, they're starting to give them more respect, I've noticed. Even today on MLB Central, they were starting to give Ranger Suarez credit. But the kids haven't gotten a lot of credit just yet. They say that they're giving production out of Brandon Marsh and Bryson Stott. They really haven't talked much about those guys because they've really been carrying the team. And the Alec Bohms. Like, it's Bryce Harper, it's Kyle Schwarber, it's the top names. JT Realmuto. But Alec Bohm has been the best hitter on the team. He just has. He's been the best hitter on the team so far. He had an RBI double his last at-bat, too, and just comes up clutch every single time there's a runner in scoring position. Know what I mean? We have 211 people on here watching and only have 124. We need to likes. We got to fix that, he says. This is a friendly advice to the creator. I hope he has a sense. No, I understand. I totally understand. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do. All right, top of the 8th inning, and the pitch by Hoffman is up high and inside for ball 1. Merrifield is now playing left field. Marsh goes over to center. Stott's at short, and Clemens is at second for the Phillies. That's the defensive moves that Rob Thompson decides to go with. And the 1-0 on the way. That's in there for a strike to Tyrone Taylor, who's hitless in 3 at-bats. Hoffman on the bump for the Fightins. Gets set at the belt, kicks, fires the 1-1, and that slider had a lot of great movement to it on the inside corner at the knees for strike 2. And Oregon, that's a good idea. I like that. That's a really good idea. The 1-2 on the way. Bouncing ball hit over to shortstop. Gobbled up by Stott. Throws across the diamond, and that was not even close to the bag. Harper had to come on off. And I think that Taylor would have beat it. But regardless, not a good throw over at shortstop by Stott. Yep. Harper had to come on up. All right, so what was that? I second the Oregon. Yeah, I like the Oregon. The Oregon's a good one. Here's Pete Alonso. Comes on up to bat. Check swing. It was a slider at 86, and they say that he went around. Hoffman's stats this year in 18 games. A 1.0 earned run average. And he has been lights out on the mound for the Phillies whenever they've needed him on the mound. The pitch, and that swung on and missed. That breaking ball was beautiful. It was a backdoor slider. The ball is 2 strikes, and we have a pitch clock violation called against Hoffman? Or was time called? They showed a really weird angle. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. No pitch clock violation to Pete Alonso. The runner's dancing on the bag. The 0-2 pitch is down low and outside for a ball. And going over to second is Tyrone Taylor. Honestly, he didn't really get a good jump. They actually showed the whole entire jump there. He was well off the bag. And Hoffman just was not looking. And he was looking to throw the pitch. And if he was looking, then Taylor would have been dead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 on the way upstairs. Jamal, thank you so much for the donation. Thanks so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate that. Supporting your hard work, big dog. Mwah. Thank you. That means a lot, man. All right, 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the next pitch is fouled away. If you guys did give a super chat and I did not read that, please let me know. Because I have a way to filter those, but sometimes it doesn't work. All right, tying run is in scoring position. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Alonso. Fouled off over towards the first base side. And we'll do it again. Alonso had a homer earlier in the ball game. Hoffman has 25 strikeouts and a .89 whip. The 2-2 to Alonso. Popped up and hit over towards foul ground. Bohm gives it a look over towards the tarp, and that's going to find the seats. That's about 15 rows over towards the third base side. Hoffman at home this year has not allowed an earned run in 7 1/3 of an inning with 13 strikeouts. Oh, no, he's right. He's in the right spot. I know that he's joking, but still. I know that Snooter's joking, but... Shay, root for your team, man. The 2-2 on the way. High again for ball 3. And the count is full. He's good. I think he was joking, but some people are sensitive. We gotta acknowledge, you know. Big payoff pitch coming up from Hoffman here. Here it is, outside and away for ball 4, and Alonso gives himself a little fist pump as he wins the battle. Yeah, I figured you were joking. I figured you were. Of course. We have runners over at first and second in the top of the 8th inning. Lindor up to bat for the Mets. The switch hitting, shortstop batting on the left side. Alonso at first. And Taylor at second. The pitch. Just inside. Not by much. One ball and no strikes. Taylor in scoring position and the 1-0. That's a splitter on the inside corner at the knees for strike 1. Nobody out in the top of the 8th. The Phillies were down 2-0, and they just took the lead 3-2 after tying it in the 6th. And the 1-1 is chopped foul. Schwarber had the RBI double to put them up by 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Lindor lifetime against Jeff Hoffman is hitless in 3 at-bats and has struck out 2 of those times. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2. Up high again. I like the Braves, yo. For sure. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hoffman looks over at second base. Now back to the plate. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That's the 3rd time that Lindor has struck out in 4 at-bats against Hoffman. The pitch was just a little bit high. Lindor was guessing, and they didn't even have to appeal the check swing. And J.D. Martinez will come on up to bat. He's 1 for 2 against Jeff Hoffman with a 3-run homer. The pitch, and that's fouled off. Hit it right behind home plate. Jeff Hoffman, 31 years old. He's 6'5" and weighs 235 pounds. Born in New York. No balls and 1 strike to Martinez. The 0-1 popped up, hit out over towards the first base side in foul ground. Harper gives it a low look, and it deflects off of his right cleat. Wasn't been able to make the catch. He had to slide, but was just out of his reach. It's a 0-2 count to J.D. Martinez. Big spot here for Jeff Hoffman. Taylor is over at second, and Alonso is at first. Top of the 8th inning, Phillies lead at 3-2. 1 out, and a 0-2 count to Martinez. On deck is Stewart. The 0-2 delivery. That's outside for a ball. It's really Stewart's spot. And that's the 5th spot. So Harrison Bader really waits in the on-deck circle because he's playing out in center field now. One ball and two strikes to Martinez, and the 1-2 offering another foul ball as he stays alive on a slider. It's now 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Martinez at the plate. The 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jeff Hoffman as he goes with a backdoor slider. And J.D. Martinez goes fishing and heads back to the dugout as well. 2 big strikeouts against 2 big hitters on this Mets ball club. And Harrison Bader is going to come on up to bat. The first pitch is inside and high for a ball. By the way, they ruled it as an E6 on Bryson Stott. So they thought that Taylor would have been safe on the throw either way, even if it was a good throw. 1 ball and no strikes to Harrison Bader. And the 1-0 pitch. And, well, tried to check his swing, and home plate umpire said that he did go around. The pitch was a little bit outside, and it's a 1-1 count. Bader hitting .265 this season. And the 1-1 pitch in there for strike 2 at 97. Lots of gas on that pitch. And the Phillies are 1 strike away from getting out of this jam in the 8th. They have a 1-run lead as we speak. 2 runners on, the 1-2 pitch. Line drive hit off the back of Hoffman into center field for a base hit. Taylor's going to score the throw over to third, and that's going to... Or it would have gotten Alonso in a run down. The throw over to second, though, is not in time. And it's a 3-3 game. So Marsh was playing out in center, tried to throw it over to third. Alonso would have been caught into a rundown, but Bohm bobbled it and was not able to field it cleanly. It bounced away from him, and Alonso was able to get into third base. And that's going to be ruled as an RBI base hit, and we're tied up at 3 apiece. Hopefully Hoffman's okay. It hit off of his back. That was a hot shot. Clemens tried to make a diving stop. It got right on by him. That's something that you don't want to see. You hope that he's okay. He did jog backwards and tried to stay with the play. Trainer's not... Yes, they are. Looks like Caleb Cotham is out there to try to talk to Hoffman here. That's not counted as an earned run, by the way, because of the error on Stott. We're in the top of the 8th, all tied up at 3 apiece. 2 runners in scoring position, and Hoffman looking to try to get out of this inning. Won't be able to do so unscathed. And Marte is coming up to bat. The pitch. Good block by JT behind the plate. It was wide. Marte has 2 singles today. Has raised his average to .263. And has scored a run. And swiped the bag. The pitch, and that's way outside. It's going to get away from JT Realmuto. It was wide, and Alonso will score, and the Mets retake the lead 4-3 on the wild pitch. Going over to third base now is Bader. So the Mets retake the lead 4-3. That's not even JT's fault. It was not even close to even where JT was. It was way over towards his right side. 2 balls and no strikes to Starling Marte, who's 3 for 8 lifetime against Jeff Hoffman. Phillies looking to try to get another win in the books, but they're down by 1. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't done so already. Just wanted to remind you guys. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss at 96 miles per hour. Right at the knees. Hoffman is still in there. Wasn't like he was down. That's not an easy play. Can he get out of the inning with a 1-run deficit? The 2-2 pitch. It was a check swing foul ball. It was like barely even a quarter of a check swing. Vientos in the on-deck circle for the Mets. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Starling Marte. And the pitch. High bouncer hit over towards the second base side. Fielded by Clemens. Throw over to first. In time! Oh, what a bang-bang play by Cody Clemens. As he was able to throw out the speedster Marte and helps Hoffman get out of the inning. The Mets were thinking about reviewing it, and they do not. That was clutch. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, though. That would have been an RBI infield single. It was a beautiful throw by Clemens on the right field grass over to Bryce Harper as he was still in motion, moving over towards that left side of his. All right, bottom of the 8th. Phillies down by 1. Can they respond? That was excellent, man. Whew. It's really bounced over towards that first base side, and Clemens, thank goodness he was playing over towards that side, because if he was playing up the middle, that would have been really bad. So good job by Bobby Dickerson. Great play by Cody. A shame Bryson Stott couldn't do his job defensively, or the inning would have been different. Yep. I agree. We don't have a walk-off home run yet this year, do we? Tonight is the night. I love that spirit. In case you guys are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well, baby. All right. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Bryce Harper will lead things off. After this inning, we're going to take a very quick step off. That play by Clemens was unbelievable. I mean, it took a bounce, and then it went all the way towards that right field grass. If he wasn't shifted that way, that would have easily been a base hit. And the fact that Marte is just that quick, was able to hustle down over towards the first base line, and Clemens just was able to catch it, gather himself, and as he was backpedaling in motion, he made the throw over to first. That's unbelievable. Clutch. All right, so we go to the bottom of the 8th. Phillies trail once again 4-3. They were down 2-0. They tied it up 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Then took the lead on an RBI double by Kyle Schwarber in the bottom of the 7th. But now trail 4-3. And one swing of the bat can tie the game back. I like that too. All right. Harper at the plate as we get started with the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch by Adam Ottavino. Swing and a miss on a changeup at 87 miles per hour. Harper struck out in the 4th, flied out to right in the 1st, but also singled in the 6th, which was his last time up, and scored a run as well. Ottavino on the bump, gets set at the belt, winds up and fires the pitch. Bouncer hit over towards first base, backhanded by Alonso. The flip back over to Ottavino is in plenty of time, and Harper is out on the 3-1 ground out. It's Alec Bohm's turn to come on up. He did tie the game his last time that he came up to the plate. Ottavino in 16 games is 1-1 with a 3.31 ERA in 16 1/3 of an inning. The pitch to Bohm on the outside corner for strike one. The ball's in one strike. The pitch to Bohm. Swinging a bouncer that's fouled off. At home this year, Bohm is hitting .284. He has better road stats than he does home stats, but not by much. I mean, he has 3 homers and 17 RBI at home, but he has a .372 average on the road. The 0-2 on the way, and that's wide for a ball. He does have 3 doubles over his last 7 days, and is 7 for his last 27. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 8th, and the 1-2 pitch, and that looked like it was in there, but Alec Bohm stays alive, and the count is 2-2. It was a pitch on the top third part of the strike zone. Clearly it was in there, but the Phillies get a second opportunity. Can Bohm come through? The 2-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out over to left center field, and that's going to split the gap and go all the way towards the wall. Bader tries to backhand it on the track, and Bohm jogs into second base with a double. Oh, my gosh. Mendoza's not happy, and I don't blame him. But it's a double by Alec Bohm. We've been there on the other side. Good piece of hitting, too, by Alec. So he comes through anyways, and that's what matters the most. Chris Guccione is calling the balls and the strikes behind the plate. Tying run in scoring position. Castellanos at the dish. And the pitch to Nick. That's at the knees for a called strike. Temperature now at 64 degrees. Clouds are clear at Citizens Bank Park. Lifetime against Ottavino. Casti is 3 for 13. The 0-1 pitch, and that sails down low in the dirt. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th. Luis Cataya back on a base hit. And Ottavino disengages with Bohm, who's over at second. Nobody was covering the bag anyways. Big spot here for Alec Bohm. Bohm, by the way, just had his 17th double, which does lead all of the majors. The 1-1 popped up and hit out towards shallow center field. Backpedaling is McNeil. He waves off Bader and squeezes it for out number 2. And Whit Merrifield will come on up to bat. This is a big spot for him, too. Whit Merrifield was actually on a foul territory earlier today. If you guys watched that cast, it's a great baseball podcast. Merrifield, 1 for 3. The pitch to Whit. And that's in there for a strike at 79. Decided to go with a sweeper. Ottavino gets set again at the belt. Looks back over at second. And now back to the plate, the 0-1 pitch. That's bounced foul. Phillies came back against the Mets on Monday night after being down 4-2 in the top of the 9th. And they're looking to try to tie it back and come up with some more heroics here. The ball's 2 strikes to Whit Merrifield. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Bohm leads off at second. Ottavino looks back at the plate, and the 0-2 to Merrifield. Ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Going to be a tough play for Alonso, but he throws it over to first, and a good job by Ottavino to cover the bag as he beats Merrifield to the punch. And we go to the top of the ninth. Phillies get a base hit, a double by Alec Bohm, but they leave him stranded over at second. And the Mets coming up to bat in the top of the ninth. They lead it 4-3. Thanks so much, DJ. I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate that. That is tough. That is true. Just needed a single. I know. I feel. When it comes to, like, this part of the game, it's a big spot. You know what I mean? Appreciate you all so much for being here. And Thomas, by the way, I appreciate you for making your point. I really do. You know, that's a fair criticism. I just wanted to give you credit because that's fair. What you said is fair, and I appreciate that. I mean it. FYI, if you didn't know, your out-of-town scoreboards are updating. Thank you! I appreciate that. Yes, there was something wrong with the bot last night. It wasn't even just for me. It was other people, the bug. So, a little tip for you guys, for those of you that are into content creating or like want to go into it. I found out about this website. They're called scoreboardbots. It's called scoreboardbots.com. It's free. You create a Twitch account with them, and they give you different types of tickers, and also they have other features too on there, overlays, and some really cool things. And I definitely need to support the channel. I should do that. I should support their website and give back to them and donate. But yeah, they do a great job. So that's where I get my tickers from. I don't like using ESPN all the time. ESPN doesn't have a free ticker. I don't like just showing all the scores, you know. This is more spaced out, so I think it's nice. All right. Where are we going? We're going to the top of the ninth. Looking at Narvaez. He's having a discussion with Chris Guccione. That was during the breaks of the inning. Nancy Finster or Finster Bush. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Vientos will lead things off in the top of the ninth. And Ruiz is going to come out for the Fightins to pitch the top of the ninth. First pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch. Curveball that swung on and missed to even up the count at 1 apiece. Vientos 0 for 1 today. He came on to pinch hit. Calls for time really quickly. The 1-1 on the way. Popped up and fouled back. Ruiz is now the 6th pitcher used by the Phillies today. Walker went 3 1/3 of an inning. He left the game with an injury. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Ruiz comes up with a strikeout. And that's how the first out is recorded. Went low and outside. Phillies bullpen today, by the way, has been outstanding. They've only allowed 2 hits and have 7 strikeouts, 1 walk allowed in 5 innings. The pitch, and that's fouled off. Edwin Diaz is getting warmed up in the Mets bullpen. He blew the save the last time against the Phillies, and they're hoping to spoil his parade when they come up to bat in the bottom of the ninth. The 0-1 fouled off. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Exactly. Nobody on. 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Curveball that's fouled away from Jeff McNeil. Jarren Duran, know that this is not the Phillies game, but Duran has 3 straight extra base hits for the Red Sox. They just tied it in their game against Tampa Bay. The 0-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Another changeup thrown, and Ruiz able to get his second strikeout in a row. Nice play. And a good pitch thrown to McNeil. That's the first time today that he has struck out. And the 9 spot due up for the Mets. Omar Narvaez up at the plate. And the pitch bounces off the glove of JT. It was wide, a curveball at 86. And heads over towards the backstop. Omar's average at 160. Still looking for his first homer of the season. Does have 4 RBI, though. And the 1-0 is fouled off. I thought I saw the moon out there, but I did not. Yes, sir. Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles, my guy. That's what we do on here. 2 away in the top of the 9th, and the 1-1 to Narvaez. Swing and a miss. Man, Ruiz coming at it with the heat on the upper third of the zone. Yeah, I call most. Most. Not every, but I try. Especially when basketball season was still going on. Yeah, we're going to miss some of the Phillies games because of the Sixers playoffs. The 1-2. That's dribbled foul over towards the third base side. No, sir. No, sir. 4-3. Mets lead it at Citizens Bank Park. The 1-2 on the way. High for ball 2. You are home, that's for sure. Welcome on into the play-by-play with JJ family. Thank you so much for being here. And no. 2-2 pitch popped up and skied out towards straightaway center field. Marsh says he has it, jogs in towards home plate, and makes the catch. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Marsh, Clemens, and Stott coming up, and they will face Edwin Diaz. No trumpets tonight, though, because it's at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies down by 1. Can they answer? I said I was going to go to a break, but I'm not going to. If you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We got 220 people on here watching, 150 likes. Appreciate you all so much for being here. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We try to go on for almost every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game. And we also do pods on them as well. So if you enjoy our content, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel as well. I love each and every one of you and want to thank you all so much for being here. I will be doing a post-game show after the game. I will do it recorded, so you'll see a cast later tonight. And it should be out before midnight. All right? But yeah, we do a lot of Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles content on here. But yeah, somebody asked if we did no Flyers games. He said no love for the Flyers. Must be a Pens fan. No, it's not that. It's just, I tell this to people all the time. Doing hockey on a monitor is really, like, not easy. And plus, so I got started with the channel last year. And when you're doing this, like, every day, it's a lot. You know, it really does take a lot out of you. But I wasn't doing hockey last year because, A, the Sixers had the expectations. The Sixers drew more people. And I was going to pick one or the other because, seriously, like, when you're doing both, it takes so much off of your vocal cords. Yeah, I'm doing this every day for baseball, or I try to do it as many times as I can. But this is more of my natural voice. And for doing hockey and basketball, I'm yelling. I got to condition my voice. And with hockey, the other really hard thing about it is that you can't see the line changes off the screen. So that can be a little bit frustrating because I can't see what's even like on here. Like when we're doing Phillies games, sometimes I can't tell if the runner's rounding third or not to come in to score if the runner's at second. But, I mean, it doesn't stop us. I'm not saying that. But for hockey, there's so many line changes, and you run into that problem more and more often. We'll try to do some, though, next year. Edwin Diaz on the mound as we start off the bottom of the ninth. The pitch. Nets inside for a ball. Let's beat Diaz again, says Larry. They did it on Monday night. They were down 4-2 in the top of the ninth. That was at Citi Field. This time around, they're at Citizens Bank Park. Phillies looking to try to get the sweep. They're down by 1. The pitch inside for ball 2 to Brandon Marsh. Two balls, no strikes, and the pitch on the inside corner, just at the chest area for strike 1. Diaz, 30 years old, from Puerto Rico. He stands at 6'3", 165 pounds. And the 30-year-old gets set, kicks, delivers, and it's inside for ball 3. His ERA this year is at 3.24. He does have 5 saves in 7 opportunities. The 3-1 to Marsh. Down low, but swung on and missed. It was also inside, too. The count is full to Marsh. The payoff pitch. And that's bounced foul over towards the first base side. Marsh has been a very good 2-strike hitter this year for the Phillies. Did get on base the last time that he did face Diaz, which was on Monday night. The 3-2 on the way. There's a line drive foul again over towards the same spot that he previously hit it, towards that first base line. We'll do it again. Diaz with the 8th pitch coming up in this at-bat versus Marsh. The 3-2 on the way. Fly ball hit out to right field, and that's going to hook foul and find the seats. It is a long ways, but it was foul, and he got out in front of it. Phillies had a comeback earlier against the Mets in Game 1. Can they do it again? The 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball towards the first base side, and it'll hit the first base backstop. Definitely have some Mets fans in attendance tonight at Citizens Bank Park. Marsh is 0 for 3, batting in the 7 spot in tonight's game. The payoff pitch, down low for ball 4. Great at-bat by Marsh. So Marsh gets on with a walk. He's the tying run. Phillies fans standing on their feet. There's a crowd of people that do have some trumpets at Citizens Bank Park mocking Edwin Diaz. And Cody Clemens is coming up to bat. He's the walk-off run. He singled off of Diaz on Monday night after Stott hit a solo shot. The pitch to Clemens, and that should have been in there for a strike, but again, Guccione calls the ball on the upper third of the zone. A 10-pitch at-bat to Brandon Marsh, and he was rewarded with a walk. The 1-0, swing and a miss. At 97 on the gun, it just whizzed by Clemens, and it was just a hair outside. Bryson Stott waits in the on-deck circle. The 1-1 to Cody, and that's going to go above Narvaez's head, and jogging over to second is Marsh. The tying run in scoring position, and a base hit could tie the game. That pitch was up high and hit the backstop behind home plate, and Marsh was able to cruise into second. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch to Cody, and that's down low and inside. Good job by Narvaez to block that out in front of him because that almost got away from him too. 3 balls and 1 strike. Phillies fans on their feet, and time is called from Narvaez as it's getting really loud at the bank. Lindor also crowding Edwin Diaz as well as he hugs Narvaez and Edwin Diaz for support. Diaz with 14 pitches in this ninth inning so far. Still nobody out. And a runner at second. Phillies trail 4-3. They were down 2-0. They tied it in the bottom of the sixth. Took the lead in the bottom of the seventh and then lost that back in the eighth inning. And have been down 4-3 since. Marsh leads off at second, the 3-1 pitch. And that's in there for a strike. It was a slider on the outside corner. Stott is up next. Back-to-back 3-2 counts, the 3-2 pitch, and that's fouled off. A defensive swing by Clemens as he just barely stays alive. Last time the Phillies had a walk-off against Diaz, it was on a shot by Gene Segura a couple of years ago. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and time granted to Cody Clemens. Everybody's on their feet. The payoff pitch to Cody. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, Diaz. And Clemens walks back to the dugout. The pitch was inside. Decided to go with a slider that tailed in at 90. And Bryson Stott is coming up to bat. That's the first out, by the way. Stott homered in the ninth on Monday night against Diaz, and he's looking to try to do something like that again. First pitch in there for a strike at the knees. That was his first hit against Diaz. The 0-1 to Stott, and he takes it all the way for strike 2. It was a slider on the upper third of the zone. Schwarber in the on-deck circle. All lefties up to bat for the Fightins. The 0-2 to Stott. Ground ball hit into right field for a base hit. Marsh rounding third will come on in to score. And the Phillies have tied it up. Bryson Stott hitting it in the right spot to tie the game. The second blown save that Edwin Diaz has had against the Phils. And the ninth inning magic from Stott continues. Here's Schwarber. The first pitch in there for a strike, and Stott swipes second base and is in scoring position. Oh, Bryson Stott is providing an electric crowd at Citizens Bank Park. It is deafening. 0-1 is the count. Schwarber looking to get redemption against Diaz. And the pitch. Swing and a fly ball drilled out to left field, but it's hooking foul and goes out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. The winning run at second. Schwarber behind in the count. 0-2 here. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, boy. He struck out on a 97-mile-per-hour heater on the upper third of the zone. And there's 2 away. JT Realmuto comes on up to bat now for the Phils. Give the Phillies credit for staying involved in this game. It's not been their day, but they tied it up for the second time today. First pitch to JT, outside for a ball. Realmuto lifetime is 5 for 10 against Diaz, with a double, a homer, and 2 RBI. Stott at second. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive. Caught over at second by McNeil. Oh, it was a game-saving catch, and JT says, darn it. But, however, the job is done. Bryson Stott ties the game on an RBI single, and we play extra innings. It's free baseball coming up as we head to the top of the 10th. All right. That means we got to go to our extra innings scorebook, baby. Going to extras. Hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. If you are just tuning in, my name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. We are live for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. That's what we do on here. 3 more subs till we get to 2,350. Let's get to 200 likes if we haven't done so already. We got 132 people. Is that right? 132 people tuning in on here, or is it more? I think we have more than that. We have 327 people on here watching, 161 likes. Come on, man. My name is Jason. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey and have been doing this for about a couple of years now, man. We've really been trying to grow our YouTube community, and we have a lot of fun doing this. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to support the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so by hitting that thumbs up button and hitting that subscribe channel as well. Great people on here. We love each and every one of you. And, yeah, man, let's go Phils. And if you even are a Mets fan, we welcome on in everybody on here. All right, we got 160. Let's go, baby. Good stuff. All right, so Taylor will be leading things off as we play extra innings. And I believe it's going to be Narvaez that's going to be the ghost runner at second. At least it's his spot. Narvaez is going to stay out there because he's catching. So, yeah, so he is going to be the ghost runner. There we go, baby. We got to 2,350. All right. So it's Taylor, Alonso, and Lindor coming up to bat. We're in the top of the 10th, all knotted up at 4 apiece. Ruiz on the bump. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Ooh, boy. Tyrone Taylor is hitless in 4 at-bats. He did score a run and stole a base as well. The balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Once again, a 4-seamer at 96 on the gun. It's 4-4 in extra innings between the Phillies and the Mets. The 0-2 on the way. Check swing. Did he go? And they say no over at first. First base umpire, of course, is Gabe Morales. One ball, 2 strikes. Ruiz steals the next pitch, and a good block by JT. It was a curveball that missed about a foot off the plate to make the count 2-2. Rays and Red Sox are also tied. It's 5-5, though, in the top of the 8th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch by Ruiz. Ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Fielded by Clemens. Throw over to first is in time. The job is done, though. And Narvaez advances over to third. On the ground out by Taylor, who's now 0 for 5. And now the polar bear is coming up to bat. Wearing his orange batting gloves. He homered earlier in the game off of Taijuan Walker. The pitch to Pete Alonso is in there at the knees for strike 1. That home run would put up the Mets, or put the Mets up 1-0. The 0-1 pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. 301 people tuning in on here. Alonso in extra innings this year is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. The 1-1 delivery. High again for ball 2. Ruiz with 22 pitches. He came in to pitch the 9th inning and did a very, very good job. The 2-1 delivery. Swinging a ground ball, and it's hit over towards shortstop. Stott has it, looks over at home, and throws over to first, and there's the second out. So the runner at third, that was Narvaez. He stayed put, and the Phillies are one out away from getting out of this top of the 10th inning unscathed. They are 3-2 in extra innings this season. Mets are 2-4. Lindor up to bat on the left side of the plate, and he takes it inside at 97. This bullpen tonight has been outstanding for the Phillies. 1 ball and no strikes. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Oh, what a curveball thrown by Ruiz. It landed right down Broad Street, and Lindor got fooled. Francisco Lindor, another hitless night for him so far. The 1-1 swing and a miss. Another curveball thrown into the dirt, and he's behind in the count, 1-2. Layton, thanks so much for subscribing. Appreciate it. I think you go with it again. Go with another curveball. That's what I would do. Lindor's been chasing after a lot of those. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fans standing on their feet again, looking for Ruiz to get out of the inning. The 1-2 on the way, and that time JT blocks it. It was in the dirt and inside, and another nice play by realmuto. He's been really good behind the plate overall tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Francisco Lindor. On deck is Martinez. Don't want to face him either. He's another Phillies killer. 2-2 is the count. And the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a foul ball lined over towards the first base side. Oh, man. What a night. Two balls and 2 strikes, 28 pitches, and time called by Lindor. And he wants to just readjust his batting gloves and take a quick second to breathe. That's what he'll do. Ruiz with his red leather glove on gets set just below the letters. The 2-2 on the way in the dirt, and the count is now full. Jose Ruiz has been really, really special this year for the Phils. 29 pitches, his 30th, and it's a big one coming right on up. He gets set, kicks, fires the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. And we go to the bottom of the 10th as he gets a standing ovation, Ruiz, from the fans. And the Phillies are looking to win the ball game in the bottom of the 10th inning. Oh, my goodness. Ruiz just providing the filth on that pitch. And this bullpen tonight, you just can't ask for a better performance. They've been outstanding. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. That curveball was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Let's get to 2,400 subs. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button as well. Whoops, sorry. There we go. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I go on for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. If you are new to the channel, feel free to hit the thumbs up button and feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, and really wanted to just start this channel off in December of 2022 because I wanted to call games, man, and it's led me into this sort of madness, and I love it. I love it. I want you guys to become a part of the community because we have an awesome, outstanding community, just like the Phillies bullpen tonight, which has been a great thing for the Titans. So, what's the website for the scoreboards? I want to check that out. Scoreboardsbot.com. Scoreboardbot.com. Here's Jorge Lopez, and he's going to face Bryce Harper here as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. So Harper will lead things off. Realmuto will be the ghost runner over at second base. And a base hit can win the ball game for the Titans. How about a Harper walk-off? Well, if they pitch to him, that wouldn't be a bad idea. All right, we're in the bottom of the 10th inning. Phillies have won all 3 games in this series against the Mets, and they're looking to try to head for the sweep. In 21 games this year, Lopez is 2-2 in save opportunities. This is not a save opportunity, however. He does have a 2.66 earned run average and 16 strikeouts in 20 innings. Lopez will intentionally walk Bryce Harper, and he heads on over to first. And that's the right move, because Alec Bohm is coming up and they get the double play, and they'd rather take their chances on him. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Narvaez still out there catching for the Mets. Runners at first and second base. The ghost runners, Realmuto. Harper was intentionally walked, and Bohm is up to bat. Lopez looks back at second as he gets set at the belt and stares at JT while he's off the bag. The pitch, fly ball foul over towards the right field side. And that time it goes out of play. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it. The ball is 1 strike to Alec Bohm. The pitch to Bohm. In there at the knees for strike 1. Alec has singled and doubled today. He tied it up in the 7th inning, or actually got the first run on the board in the 7th inning. And Lopez thought about taking the delivery, but he just decided to look back over at second and took a quick step off. He's been clutch all year with runners on base. Can he come through here? The 0-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncer. Hit over to third. This could be 2. The flip over the second. There's 1. The throw to first in time for a 5-4-3 around the horn double play. The good news is that Realmuto is over at third base. So the Mets tried pitching to Bohm, and it worked. They got the result that they wanted. Bohm doesn't really ground into too many of those. And Castellanos looking to be a walk-off hero for the Philadelphia Phillies. A runner at third. 2 outs. The pitch to Castellanos. It was up high and inside for ball 1. Tonight, Castellanos is 0 for 3. Phillies looking to go 32-13 and get 13 wins in their last 14 home games. Oof. Best record in baseball, and they're looking to win it in the bottom of the 10th. A runner at third, 2 outs. The 1-0 to Casti. Way up high again for ball 2. Lopez gets set just below the letters. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 2-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out to deep left center field, and coming in to make the catch over towards the alleyway is Taylor. Castellanos hit it sharply, and the Mets get out of the inning unscathed. And we head to the 11th. It's still tied 4-4. Martinez, Bader, and Marte are due up to bat. Wow. Scorched that thing, too. All right. What a game, bro. What a game. It's been a lot of fun. Do you keep Ruiz in the game? He's been pitching 2 innings, so I think 30 pitches for him, that's a lot. So I'm going to say no. What a game, man. Long Ball's here. What's up, Long Ball? What's up, Cam? How you doing? If you're reading this, you're awesome. Go Phils. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very, very much. Let's get to 200 likes. Did we get to the 200 mark yet? Did we get to 200? Are we at 200? We're almost there. We're at 325 people. 11 more of you have to get us to that 200 mark. Let's get to 2,400 subscribers, too, as well. 190. Yes, sir. This is better than the game. Thank you. I appreciate that, Macho. What's up, Macho? How you doing, man? What's good, bro? Yeah, a lot of fun on here. I wanted to ask you guys. So if we're going to the okay, so I'm gonna go to the ballpark again later on this year. Okay, and I want to know, like, what food do I get, man? What's like your summer like ballpark food? Comment down below and let me know, man. Let me know. All right. Alvarado is going to come into pitch as we head to the top of the 11th. Alvarado in 19 games has a 3.57 earned run average in 17 and 2/3 of an inning. Lindor's now the ghost runner, and he is in scoring position. Whatever's on sale. If I had the drum roll, I would do that. Crab fries. I love crab fries, baby. J.D. Martinez is coming up to bat. He's hitless today, but he did walk. And that was earlier in the game in the 4th. Lefty on righty here. Alvarado kicks, fires the pitch. Ground ball, back up the middle for a base hit. Lindor's going to round third. He'll come in to score. Castellanos fields it, and the Mets take the 5-4 lead in the top of the 11th. Told you that Martinez is a Phillies killer. So he gets an RBI single up the middle. And the Mets, for the 3rd time today, take the lead. That was brutal. The first run allowed by the bullpen. Bader is due up to bat, and he takes it up high for a ball. Harrison Bader had an RBI single in the 8th inning. He didn't start today. Came in off the bench. The 1-0 on the way. On the inside corner for strike one. At 97 miles per hour. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. I appreciate each and every one of you so much for being here. Neil Cooper says soft pretzel. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 offering. Line drive down to the third base line. It is a fair ball. And it's going all the way towards the corner. And 1 run's going to come in to score. Or no, sorry. Staying over at third is Martinez. Thank goodness, because it took the left fielder a little bit of time to get over towards that baseball. And Martinez just able to make it into third base. If that was any other fast player, they probably would have scored off of that. It's sharply down that third base line. The bohm wasn't really shifted over towards that third base area. Now it's Starlin Marte who comes on up to bat. Bader now 2 for 2. And Marte is 2 for 4. He's due up, still nobody out. The pitch up high again for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Still nobody out in the top of the 11th. Mets just took the lead 5-4. And the 1-0 inside again for ball 2. Popcorn hot dogs. Those are all good, man. Vientos on deck. 2-0 pitch. And that jammed Marte inside, but it's bounced foul over towards third. Jose Alvarado, 28 years old. He hadn't allowed a run since May 5th, and that was against the Mets. That was on a solo homer in the 9th, but he still got the save. The 2-1 offering. Popped foul behind the plate. And it's a 2-2 count. He pitched against the Mets on Monday night and was able to get the save in the bottom of the 10th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Marte. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Alvarado as he goes with a cutter. And there's the first out of the inning. After allowing an RBI single to J.D. Martinez. And Bader doubling down the left field line. He's able to strike out Marte for the first out. Runners over at second and third. And it's Vientos' turn to come on up to the plate. Lots of righties. And the pitch. A fastball right down the hatch at 98. Walking a double play. That sounds like a very good plan. That is correct, Chris. The 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Ooh, Alvarado's certainly feeling it now. It was outside at 98 miles per hour. Eric Katz. What's up, Eric? How you doing? What's good? 0-2 is the count to Vientos. Alvarado takes a breath, kicks, fires, and throws it low. Vientos did not offer anything at it. By the way, the Rays and the Red Sox are still tied 5-5, and that game's in the top of the 9th. The 1-2 on the way. Another strikeout by Alvarado. Back-to-back Ks, and Vientos got fooled on the cutter. 2 outs. I'm doing good, man. Staying fresh, you know what I mean? I appreciate you for being here. I really, really do. Jeff McNeil is going to come on up for the Mets. If Alvarado can get out of this, that would be great. Phillies down by a run. The pitch to McNeil, and that's going to get away from realmuto. It's a wild pitch. It goes inside, and it actually hit the backstop, and another run comes in to score on a wild pitch, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Martinez is the one that scores, and Bader goes over to third. That was on Alvarado. JT wouldn't have been able to get to that. Neil tried to take a step out of the box. 1 ball, no strikes. Remember, the Phillies still have the ghost runner in their bottom half of the 11th. The 1-0 pitch, grounder hit over to first base, and Harper is just going to tag the bag. And the inning comes to an end. The Mets do take the lead and get 2 runs. Phillies have a chance for redemption as they head to the bottom of the 11th, and Alvarado not happy, but can the offense bail him out? It's not over. He cost us the game. It ain't over, man. One swing can tie the game again. That's the beauty of baseball, especially with the ghost runner. So, Merrifield's going to lead it off. That's how we roll on here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, too. We're live for a lot of Phillies games and Sixers and Eagles games. And feel free to donate to the channel if you'd like. Don't I have my water bottle? There it is. I gotta take a sip of water. Blue Jay says, I have faith in Merrifield. Do I like Philly cheesesteaks? Of course I do. Oh, man. I'm making myself hungry. Just thinking about all this food. I have a nice food waiting for me. My mom is a great cook, by the way. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to all the moms out there in the world. It was just Mother's Day. I hope you all had a very fantastic Mother's Day. Shout out to all the moms. Got to give them all the love in the world because they deserve it, man. The good ones. The good ones absolutely deserve it. We are going to go live. Well, sorry, we're not going to go live. We are going to do a post-game show, though, after this, so be on the lookout for a post-game pod later tonight, whenever this game is over. Let's go, Moms! I have 4K subs. Oh, let's go, man. You inspired me. Let's go, J and L. Oof! Good stuff, man. I'm so proud of you. Joseph, what's good? Thank you all so much for popping on in. All right, so it's Whit Merrifield's turn to come on up. Castellanos is going to be the ghost runner, and former Philly Jake Diekman takes the mound for the Mets. We got 200 likes. Woo, baby. Good stuff. That's the most that we've ever had. I think that's the most we've had. I think in the NLCS we had maybe one time over 200, but thank you. Yes, sir. We are live for almost a lot of these Phillies games, man, so keep coming back. We have a great community on here. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Castellanos, the ghost runner. Merrifield, the tying run. He's at the plate. First pitch in there for a strike, thrown by Jake Diekman. Witt is 1 for 4 today. Castellanos lined out to left, had the chance to win it for the Phillies, but hit it in the wrong spot. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Ooh, boy. The ball's in 2 strikes. Phillies and Mets have 8 hits today. Phillies have scored 4 runs. The ball's in 2 strikes to Merrifield. Well, he couldn't have asked for a better performance from the Phillies bullpen. They did everything that they could overall. The 0-2, that's fouled away. The game still ain't over, though. But just saying that overall, the bullpen today was fantastic. The ball's in 2 strikes to Whit Merrifield. Marsh in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards shallow right field. Going to be a tough play for Marte, and it's foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Merrifield stays alive. Diekman on the bump. The lefty for the Mets. Speakman, thanks so much for the donation. Appreciate it. The 0-2 to Merrifield. Fly ball hit out to left center field, and getting under it is Bader. He'll make the catch. The throw is drawn over to short, and Castellanos stays put at second. 1 out. Pirates have a 5-4 lead against the Cubs at Wrigley in the bottom of the 9th. The Rays just took the lead 7-5. It was all tied up, and now they're in the bottom of the 9th at Boston. Here's Brandon Marsh at the plate. He walked his last time up. The pitch to Marsh, low for ball 1. One swing of the bat could tie this baby up. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch to Marsh, low and outside for ball 2. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I do. I really appreciate that, man. We try to come up with different types of hats on here. I love hats. 2 balls, no strikes to Marsh. 1 out. In the bottom of the 11th, Phillies down 6-4. Casty at second. And the 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Phillies will play tomorrow night against the Washington Nationals and open up a 3-game series against them. First pitch is at 6:40. The 2-1 to Merrifield, up high for ball 3. A fastball at 94. They're trolls, Larry. They're trolls. They're trolls. That's what it is. 3 balls, 1 strike to Marsh. And the pitch. It was inside. It's a ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Bobbled by Alonso. The throw over to first. Not in time. Diekman had to cover the bag. Alonso bobbled it. And he's banged up on the play. That's going to put runners over at first and third. Alonso says he's okay. He could not come up with it cleanly on a bounce over towards that first base line. The Mets thinking about reviewing this. I don't know if they will, but give Marsh credit for beating out the throw. Oh, boy. Or at least hustling. I think he got in there. And he did. All right, so that's going to go down as an E3, and Cody Clemens is coming up to bat. Let's see what they rule that as. That should be an E3. Yep. Fielding error by Pete Alonso. Runners at the corners. The tying run at first. The walk-off run at the plate. Can't believe Alonso bobbled that. All right, Diekman throws it inside to Clemens, and that was inches away from hitting him. Whew. See that again. That almost caught the jersey. 1-0 is the count, and the pitch to Cody in there for strike one at 95. More gas in the tank for Diekman. The 37-year-old from Wymore, Nebraska. Started off his career, or played at one point. Yep, he did. He started off his career with the Phils. The 1-1 on the way, outside. Decided to go with the four-seamer again, and that misses. His first year with the Phillies, his rookie year, was in 2012. The 2-1, way outside for ball three. And during that season in 32 games, he was 1-1 with 35 strikeouts in 27 1/3 of an inning, only allowing 12 earned runs. 3 balls, 1 strike to Clemens. Fans standing on their feet again. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That fastball was right down the hatch. And the pitch of the night coming up to Cody. Three balls, 2 strikes, runners at the corners. And the payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4. And the bases are juiced. And here comes Bryce and Stott, who tied the game once in the bottom of the 9th. Oh, baby. What an at-bat by Cody Clemens. And the pitching coach is going to go out there to talk things over as Bryson Stott is coming up. Clemens will have Johan Rojas pinch run for him over at first. As the timeout is called on the mound, and Rojas is actually going to, sprint down the right field line. That's one way to make use of the time. I love that. And now he has to sprint back. And he does. Okay. Bases loaded. A base hit can tie the game. Bryson Stott is up. Lots of phones out at Citizens Bank Park from Phillies fans. They've come back 2 times in this game alone. Stott singled, scored a run, had an RBI, and stole a base, and that was all back in the bottom of the 9th. Casti at third, Marsh at second, Rojas at first. 1 out. The first pitch to Stott, and that's on the outside corner for a strike. John Torres. What's going on, man? Thanks so much for subscribing, baby. No balls, 1 strike to Stott. And the pitch, swinging a ground ball over to second base. This could be 2 to flip over the second. There's 1. That's all that they're going to get. So it is an RBI fielder's choice, and Castellanos does score. So it is an RBI fielder's choice. Stott safe at first. All right. 2 outs now. They sacrifice an out for a run. And the tying run now at third. It's Kyle Schwarber, who's coming up to bat as the Phillies are down to their final outs. First pitch to Schwarber, swing and a miss. Ooh, he got a sweeper that was right in his wheelhouse and could not catch up to it. He wanted to whack that thing out of here. The 0-1 to Kyle, swing and a miss again. He decided to go with another sweeper, and he chased after it. Phillies down to their final strike. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock, but Diekman's going to want to reset here. Marsh at third and Stott at first. No balls and 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. Diekman with his 21st pitch. Here it is. And that's up high and inside for a ball. Kyle was 1 for 5 today. He did have an RBI double back in the 7th inning to give the Phillies the lead. Going over to second base is Stott on the defensive indifference, and now a base hit could walk it off for the Phils. The 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. Schwarber strikes out, and that's it. The Phillies lose by a final score of 6-5 in the 11th inning as the Mets avoid a sweep, and the Phillies now are 31-14 on the season. So that's it. The Mets came back and were able to win. Phillies had their chances, and the Mets able to come out on top. Lopez gets the win. Alvarado gets charged with the loss. That's his 2nd loss of the season. And Diekman comes through to shut the door against his former ball club and gets his first save on the season. I gotta tell you, what a game. Phillies did not go away. And even though they didn't come out on top tonight, the bullpen overall did a very good job, and there's really no reason to hang your head down low. They're still the best team in baseball, and they fought. They definitely fought out there, so appreciate you all so much for being here. I really do. I think we got a super chat, and I forgot to read it. Where is it? Jason Padula with a $2 donation. Fantastic play-by-play with JJ. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's go Fightins. I appreciate that, my guy. Before you guys leave, hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate you all so much for being here. We are on for the Phillies, the Sixers, and the Eagles. And be on the lookout for a podcast tonight talking about this game and the series, okay? But am I mad? Should you be sad about it? No, not really. It's 162 games. Alvarado didn't have the best outing tonight, but I give the Phillies, I actually look at this as more of giving them credit for actually clawing their way back because they are showing that they can compete with anybody. And I give them an A in that category. Walker today, I'm hoping he's all right because that injury would suck. Strom pitched well. Corcoran pitched well. Soto actually did his job too. Got some help with Alec Bohm on the defensive side. Yep, they won the series. You can't win them all. Jose Ruiz was fantastic. Oh my gosh, was he good? Jeez, man. Yeah, they have good stuff, man. They really do. The defense has to be better, right? The base running's going to have their miscues at times, but I hope Schwarber does better. I know he went 1 for 6 today, and Harper didn't have his best stuff, but you expect them to bounce out of it sometimes. So, That's what we try. I appreciate you all so much for being here. Kane says Phillies bullpen ain't it. Okay. All right. Okay. Appreciate the broadcast. Great job. I appreciate you. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. And again, be on the lookout for a podcast tonight. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button on your way out, baby. I love each and every one of you, and I will catch you all. I'll catch you. I'll catch you. Hold up. Where is it? I'll catch you on the next one. Love you guys. Lava Tov. Catch you. I'll catch you. Or will you catch me? I'll catch you. All right.